that
Is
you can
there?
join. Yeah, there are.
Reaper.
In
You
fact,
can also
I'm
buy a
just
VPN with your
buying-
YouTube money.
that too.
Well,
Yeah.
Platoon, can you get on Discord? Because I've seen people say it's been banned in the country. Like a lot of them being shut down.
Oh, really? I mean, I can get on it, but like, I don't know if they're gonna introduce more rules around like age verification and stuff, because that's
Well,
what
but
they're doing with
also-
everything else, right? Like any platform that hosts any content that is in any way adult has to have stricter identity requirements. Like you have to be able to provide a government ID and a face scan to a lot of them.
That's
Um,
crazy.
Imagine that your fucking scan is going to a bunch of Indians who are gonna leak it, and it's gonna be
Yeah.
a bunch of people with a cock in a hand. That's
Well,
just
it-
all over the
It
internet.
was perfect timing because it came in the same week as is it the T app, that thing that got hacked because the silly people who made it just put all the information
all
on a
public
public
anyway.
database. It wasn't even hacked. Someone just looked at it and was like, "Well, this is retarded. I'm going to publish it." It's like you couldn't wish for two more like ideally juxtaposed stories. Yes, trust these websites with your data. Trust dodgy porn websites with your passport. Fuck it. What could go wrong?
God, this island's gonna turn into a fucking bloodbath. I
Good
mean,
lord.
It was just like
they keep saying the people are trying to get VPNs to go around it, and now they're talking about banning VPNs. It's just gonna
Well,
be a fucking
they have to. It's inevitable. They have to do that because they drew a piece of legislation that doesn't understand how the internet works. So, like, obviously, the way around it is everyone uses a VPN. So the only way to keep the measures in force is to say, okay, then we're going to ban or restrict VPN usage. And even then, there'll be workarounds. It's like kind of everything I hate about this country and the modern world generally, all wrapped in one bill. It's just like incompetence, complete failure to understand the thing you pretend that you're governing, overstepping your mark in trying to govern it, doing it in the name of the children, pretending it will make people safe, in fact, introducing a whole bunch of risk because you are an idiot. It's like, I hate these people so much.
it's to protect the children. On the same time, they covered up the mass rape of children on the island.
Yes, which
Oh, jeez.
and that content is also being hidden behind age restrictions now. So like on Twitter, it's not just porn shit that gets hidden behind, oh yeah, we need to wait till we've estimated your age by some nebulous procedure. It's just anything vaguely controversial. So you can't look at footage of people protesting about immigration, for example. That's age restricted. Some of the documents like detailing the original child sex abuse scandal stuff, that's behind an age rating. And then the police, in response to all of this, is saying what we really need is even more specialist social media teams to pick up on anti-migrant sentiment. It's just a controversial idea. You could look at the reasons people are pissed off rather than trying to react to them being pissed off. But there we are.
Taker
Oh,
610 says they
21st
went
century.
live after the show started. We always go live after the show starts, though.
telling
This was
you.
just a good combo, though.
No, it was the comment of like, oh, I wonder what great conversation they're having offline. I'm like, oh shit, just got
Porn, pedos, and everything.
fucking all the subjects covered while we're waiting for Platoon to show up fashionably.
It
late.
is the rule, right? So what happens behind the scenes, Chad, is that we talk for a bit, actually usually quite a long time, and
Quite a long
then
time.
I wait until someone, usually Reaper, says porn, and then I hit the go live button because I know we're getting onto something good.
Speaking
This
of
island
things
is
that are,
suffering.
You just gotta hit the button anytime he walks in,
Mhm.
man. Don't miss out.
Fantastic Four came out. I don't know if anyone heard about this film, but it did come out in theaters. It's a small indie film, a small studio, and it stars a big rock guy
And
Is he called
and
The Rock?
and a dude who's totally gay but hasn't came out yet.
He's not though, because
He
the reason the
fucking is.
female Silver Surfer is female is because he has to compensate. They
What a
compensate
waste.
so fucking hard as well.
They never show him interacting with a woman. They do show him interacting with the slutty surfer.
yeah,
But
he asked her a couple questions, but like what? Like in terms of their dynamic, God,
He
damn,
calls
they
her
coulda did more.
sexy every other line. It's like,
My
well, we
God.
don't know how to write this relationship, but if we just have him say that she's really sexy, then it establishes he's not gay, so it's all good.
I actually
Despite-
thought they
Always
were gonna
like-
make him gay with the
Despite that
first
haircut.
scene that we see him in, because like Sue introduces him. It's like, oh, hey, ladies, like he's single or whatever. And he just kind of looks like someone like popped the butt plug out of his ass. Like,
Yeah,
when the
I
camera
totally was so uncomfortable.
yeah, so I thought he was gay. I thought that was the route they were gonna go until he thought that Silver Surfer was hot. And I was like, you literally, if you just Photoshop the tits off of that mannequin, it's a man. So I don't know how straight
Yeah.
they're trying to make him. Just...
But he is literally flaming, so you know there is that.
Mhm.
Did you see the scene where he's? It's the first scene that he's interacting with Reed specifically. It's when they're intercepting the frequencies from space that end up being the whatever the calls from her home planet, whatever the fuck. Well, he's standing there very fucking flamboyantly. Is the point? And it's like extremely gay. I will find a freeze frame of this. TGB Monster says FF4 could use a potato goblin. I'm going to be a dad.
Oh, jeez. Throw her in there.
Yeah.
That will be the child when it grows up. There you go.
Oh god, what Franklin
Jesus.
played by Bella Ramsey? The
Yes.
young boy.
Yes, I want to see it. What was everyone's thoughts just initially?
It was okay. Wasn't great, wasn't terrible. It was
mid.
okay.
Pretty
Good
mid.
enough. It reminded me of Phase 1 movies. And I'm not like, I don't know. I don't hate the MCU enough yet to be ambivalent. So I'm like, oh yeah, this kind of reminds me of like Thor, I guess, kind of Thor level quality, you know?
I reckon
Like the
that's
original.
true of the first act of the movie.
I was
and then
gonna
it's
say,
sort of,
Yeah, because
This
the
is
second act or the third act,
fucking hell.
excuse me, devolves into Iron Man third act territory.
I just fucking this is deja vu for me. It's like the third movie in a row where I was enjoying the first 40 minutes, and then it lost its fucking mind and turned the plot into something that I can't take seriously. 28 days later, with the kid and his stupid mom in the mission, abandoning the dad makes no sense. Superman and the entire world being retarded in order to have the fucking harem plot. And then now this, I enjoyed the shit out of the first 40 minutes. I didn't expect it to be so charming and refreshing. And it felt like the wholesome era of Marvel, not this MCU crap. And it's just nice to be able to get an isolated story and like just tell me a story. I don't have to think about all this other shit. But then pregnant lady goes to space and the movie fucking loses its mind, and like every bit of the writing just felt forced and retarded after the midway mark. So
it
was
felt like a lot was cut out of that portion of the film.
Yeah, I think this movie could have actually been great, not just good. Like it had the potential to be a great movie, but then fell apart in a way that's frustrating because there's still going to be people who praise it for like, all the things that they fill in with their headcanon and whatnot. But as a whole, it's very fucked up and incomplete, but has so many things in it that are praiseworthy. So it's I feel like there's going to be so many different opinions on this movie.
Well, it's in a weird position as well because there are people who are definitely praising it for that, and I can understand why I found myself having to sort of like give myself a bit of a reality check because I'd been so pissed off by Superman and how awful that movie is. That like I found myself sitting there with Fantastic Four thinking, you know what, I'm pretty sure this isn't very good, but it's so much better than that, and I'm kind of enjoying it. And then it's like, that's not a very sensible way in which to analyze any particular movie. So like, then you kind of have to watch it again with like clearer eyes. But like, lots of people are praising it for that. Like it has a single good act in it, or a single okay act in it, which does make it the best MCU movie, at least since No Way Home. But then on the other hand, you've got a bunch of people who are incredibly salty because they really like Superman. And so those people, even before like you normally expect it, are already turning on this movie for being a mess and incomplete. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how it plays out over the week, basically, because there seems to be a whole bunch of arguments happening which don't have a huge amount to do with the quality of the film.
Yeah, James Gunn's Sims have been unbearable. Like if you don't like Superman, they're like the Stasi. They'll throw you in a gulag. They're the fucking weirdest people on the internet.
You can't really compare those two. Like, aside from being in the superhero genre overall, they're very different films. So I wouldn't expect that the audience that liked Superman will like Fantastic Four and vice versa, because Superman is kind of like the Adderall of Superman movies, so to speak. And yeah, I mean, this one had a lot of issues with it, but like I did kind of get some of that, like, oh, this kind of reminds me of early MCU, but just missing characters. Like none of these characters were actual individuals. They were just except for Reed Richards. This is gonna be a hot take, but like Pedro Pascal was the best casting choice out of out of all four. He's a little too
I
old.
thought Sue
I
was
would say.
great. I thought Kirby was good as Sue.
You know, I saw someone make this comment, and as soon as I went into the movie, I couldn't unsee it. And also, she just was really
Bonnie Blue.
stone-faced for.
I know.
Yeah, someone like Vanessa Kirby looks exactly like Bonnie Blue, and I'm sick of all these Bonnie Blue looking bitches. And then I'm sitting there watching movies like, oh my god, she
Really
does look like Bonnie Blue.
She looks a lot like her.
I thought she was a bit too stoic, and like. I didn't get a playful element from her compared to the others. The dynamic just wasn't there. The acting was good, but there was something off about it.
When she gives birth to Franklin, I was just like, where is like, you're in space, you were just forced to give birth by some dude's purple eye or whatever, right? And everything that could possibly go wrong is going all wrong, and you're not really emoting much at all, and you're here holding this child, which it's supposed to be a miracle child. You guys tried for years to get pregnant, and there's just nothing on your face. Even like when she holds him at the end, when putting a baby on top of a dead corpse, that's a whole other thing. But like when she looks at him, it's the same thing. It's just like there's not enough emotion that I would have hoped for what they're trying to explore thematically with the whole family angle. So
she put all the emotions into the faces she was making when she was giving birth and when she was pushing Galactus.
She did it there. Yeah,
I was laughing.
That's so crazy.
But I feel like that's like the most we get from her. Other than that, she's just stoic and like, I don't want to call her a plank because her performance was good, but she was a bit stiff. She's the least memorable part of the movie.
I do want to.
I feel like plank should be reserved for like people who truly are wooden, not someone who was like
our boy Keanu.
I like Keanu more. Right?
I like Keanu too, but he is a plank of wood.
A bit of a plank, but it works
a little bit. Yeah,
they cast him. They cast him with that in mind, so it kind of works. But I think someone with a little bit more personality could have fleshed out the dynamic.
Yeah,
I do want to give Marvel some credit for actually having a mother in a movie. That wasn't a psychopath too, with the only mother that was in the MCU over the past 5 years was a fucking psycho. It was murdering
a mother and a father. The idea of hinging the movie on some sort of family is a nice change, because it does make things like that much more relatable immediately. I think the problem is that, I mean, particularly with Sue, she just doesn't have much character. Like there's not very much for her to do. The only times when she really kind of has a character is when she's like attacking Reed Richards for essentially doing the right thing, which isn't really great when it's your only moment as a character to show us really how you think and what you think. Otherwise, there's maybe a couple of lines that give a hint about personality, but like she's easily the flattest thing in the movie, which is a shame because she has tits, so she shouldn't be. But
I think every one of her scenes could have like used some rewriting, would have really affected it. Just affected my overall opinion of her throughout the movie. The speech she gave didn't feel believable. Her comeback to Reed was ridiculous, and it's a conversation that should have continued because he was correct. And like, if he's correct, but you feel a certain way as a couple, that's okay for you guys to be honest about it. But you can't just end the conversation like that as if she was right.
Agreed. And she argued with him at the wrong point of the film. The point to snap at him was when he fucking told everyone what he did.
Yes. Okay. That's the scene where the movie broke for me. Because
the point to snap at him is to be like, why the fuck did you just do that, Reed?
Why would you say that, you idiots? Like, there's so many different, like, Reed could have had a reason in terms of like, maybe it's a part of his character from the comic that I'm not aware of, where he's very honest, and it's like there's reasons for him to be that forefront.
Yeah, sure. There should have been an argument. Virtuous guy.
Like, but I mean, the three of them should have roasted him for that. That should have been a whole debate scene in terms of why would you reveal it that way? Now you're putting all this pressure on us. It was stupid and lazy, and that's when the movie started to fall off. In addition to no one having a comment about a like 9-month pregnant lady going to space, she was a balloon. That's
like, you can just stay here. Oh, you're just gonna.
They had to go to him, though. You know, they just had to.
They needed her to be in space for the Galactus plot, but the idea that 3 people who are like family to her wouldn't have an issue with her, all the risks involved, there should have at least been a discussion or an argument of some kind.
Well,
Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, I was just saying, like, they're going to space, and he can make wormholes and FTL, but he can't make a fucking artificial gravity on his ship. I was going, why?
Yeah. So it looked
I was
cool.
quite disappointed with Galactus in this film. I'm like
Yeah.
I'm casually aware of what he can do and the extent of his powers in the comics, and of course there's how he was portrayed in the fantastic, was it 2008, the Rise of the Silver Surfer. Yeah. But it's just a lot of, he wasn't very well developed as a villain, which is a shame because they had a really good actor for him. The stakes that he like his just presence inflicts on everyone wasn't as well explored or given enough like depth. Like I really didn't care that he was coming to eat this world and that a baby might be a savior. Like I should, because those are like, that's a really big deal. But the film just does such a poor job of like giving characters to our protagonists as well as our antagonists. So there's all these good like little like I really like the family element. That was really refreshing to see back in a superhero film, but nobody really delivered on making it believable or that they actually did care about. Like I just kept thinking of that Fantastic Four, like family or not Fast and Furious,
Fast and
family.
Furious, family.
Yeah, I like
Just
that
Vin
had
Diesel
more heart
popping
to
in
it.
and out.
Yeah.
The thing, I liked everything with them. There just wasn't enough. They didn't do anything with them. Johnny felt undercooked and like inconsistent. Like, are you intelligent? Are you a ladies' man? I just couldn't really get an idea what they were trying to
didn't
do
have
with him.
anything.
Yeah, he didn't do anything with him.
They didn't use him at all. Like even when he's put into battle, it's just kind of like de facto big guy can smash
barrel
things.
roll. Yeah.
Yeah. And even Johnny, his powers aren't well used, even though he kind of has the most what's the word I'm looking for? Like he has the best usable powers. Like he can fly, he can turn into fire and everything. Stretchy Man doesn't really stretch and
barely does anything.
Yeah,
he barely gets stretched by Galactus, and he's going,
I can't wait to see that get memeified. Just Pedro getting stretched by Galactus. I know people will do something with that.
Galactus, there's a big problem with Galactus because he contradicts itself because he's described as a force of nature that just feeds on planets. But then he's incredibly petty all movie, and he's like fat bastard of Austin Powers going, "Give me that baby."
He's too emotional. Way too emotional and sensitive for someone who's supposed to be this all-knowing being, and like and in addition to that, did anyone feel he just was fucking tiny? Like you shouldn't. I don't. In my mind,
it was like the right size. I thought,
but
like, it's comic accurate anyway.
Okay, I'm not too familiar with the comics to determine the size, but in my mind, Galactus was like the size of a planet in all the interpretations I've seen him.
He's a planet eater, so you think bigger, right? Like
I can't picture Reed Richards rolling up and hitting him with a stick and even phasing him. Like that really pissed me off. Like he's supposed to be, they shouldn't have even been able to phase him. It should have been like a tickle to him.
He should have changed sized. Like he should have been big enough to flood the city when he lands in the water. Then he squeezes down in size because you wouldn't be able to grab Franklin. You could have.
I like that they put Franklin at eye level for him to see too.
They put him in a branded building, for fuck's sake.
Branded building at eye level.
You could hide him. Maybe the one with your logo on it isn't the best one.
But they know he can scan. He scans for Franklin at the very beginning.
Yeah. Oh, but that's all completely. But basically, the movie collapses at the minute that they meet Galactus. Not only because he's terribly uncharacterized, but like his power levels are never consistent. It doesn't actually establish anything useful about him, except that he has all these useful powers and abilities that he just never uses. So like they arrive at the ship and he scans the baby, and they see that he scans the baby, so they know he can scan inside people's wombs and through ships, etc. We are shown in the laughable Silver Surfer backstory exposition dump sequence. The ship has a tractor beam that could just pull individual people up to it. He doesn't need to get off his ship to go and manually retrieve the baby. He could just tractor beam it up into the ship.
Huge mistake showing that.
Yeah.
Well, the annoying thing is like when they go to the black hole and they trap Silver Surfer in the fucking event horizon, they go, we need to accelerate to 0.8 the speed of light, which is below the speed of light, and then somehow that triggers a wormhole and they're back to Earth.
Yeah, the science was not very sciencey throughout this entire. Like, there's moments where because they need to show that Reed Richards is the smartest man in the universe, and I'm just like, you're not charming enough to sell like a who was the guy that played him in the other Fantastic Four movie?
He had a weird name.
Yeah.
Polish.
Yeah, he had some weird name, but he was like he had
John
the
Krasinski.
yeah, he had like this weird like geeky charm to him. So like you could buy that he was a scientist and everything. He didn't feel like he was trying too hard, where with Pedro, it's just kind of like I don't
But he was
care.
never. But he never did stupid stuff like let's teleport the planet to the other side of the universe. Like and the science he did. I mean, he was a retard because he told Black Bolt's weakness to fucking want it.
Twat. Oh my god.
You know what's funny? How many? I've made a list like the retarded characters. We have 2 Mr. Fantastics, Riri Williams, the Green Megamind guy from Black Captain America, Lex Luthor, and off from the boys, the world's smartest woman. Every single one of them is a retard.
Well, Shuri.
Yeah.
Don't forget about Shuri.
Shuri
as well.
That's a list.
It was
Just
one of
keep
the things that
going.
I much preferred about this movie's version of Mr. Fantastic is I don't think they ever called him the smartest man in the universe, and then B, they restrict his intelligence to like scientific things. He's not emotionally intelligent, which you could have done a lot more with than they do. But like in the first act of the movie, they do some good stuff with that. Like he doesn't know where basic household appliances are kept. He says stuff that hurts people around him. He's quite sort of autistically minded toward technology, but not very good. In fact, quite incompetent when it comes to other things, which is fine because you need trade-offs like that. And it allows other characters space to have their own skills come to the fore as well. That could have been really, really interesting, except that the movie lost interest in it, as it did with all of its characters after the first act. There's that one really obvious moment, which is just the movie screaming at you, and now the plot begins, and it's when the Silver Surfer turns up. So they're having dinner on a balcony, look up, oh shit, asteroids, I guess it's time for the movie to start. And after that point, it was just rapidly downhill, with a couple of standout okay moments, but overall, it's still just staggering to think this is the best MCU movie for years.
100%.
Yep.
And it's really, really, really not brilliant. But
it's not. But that first like 40 minutes, there's so many elements in it that are refreshing and fun and enjoyable. And like to answer that question, no, especially after the first 20, I really, really wanted to like this. I'm like, I hope this maintains quality all the way through. But it fell off a cliff and kept falling and just repeatedly made stupid mistakes that I don't believe. And it just felt like it was written. It felt like the second half was written by someone else with just different values. It just, they didn't know what they were doing.
What I kind of like though is that a lot of the Marvel films have kind of forgot about the heroic sacrifice, and in this one, at least Johnny tries to do it.
Yes,
like he tries to give himself up for the baby. Like you go back to the originals, Thor destroyed the Bifrost, Captain America crashed the ship. They all did something like heroic.
They did it, but they did it twice, and they were both fake outs, which is the really frustrating thing. So like, they understood it in theory. Yeah, it's good to have characters make those sacrificial decisions. That's great. So Johnny Storm tries to do it, and then Silver Surfer decides to kind of not quite roast ego, but close enough to roast egoing him. Because like, at least she doesn't do it to try and help Galactus win. That's roast ego. There's that, and then Sue Storm sacrifices herself, but then is brought back to life as well. Spoilers, by the way, in chat if you haven't seen the movie yet. So like they do it twice, and nobody dies, which is really frustrating because like there were better ways to handle it, and then there were definitely better ways to handle the whole Silver Surfer angle because she does it on the strength of one backstory exposition by a guy who's just like randomly decoded her language, and it's like, yeah, by the way, you've done some awful shit. Don't you feel bad? Oh yeah, I do.
It didn't make sense that Galactus would make her like his scout or whatever, but give her enough power to be able to like judo chop him in the chest.
I've never understood their relationship. Like even since I was a kid, like, can he whoop Galactus or can he not? Like someone explain this. I feel like I've never understood them.
But we saw earlier on, he controls her with one finger. Like she paralyzes her and picks her up midair. But then she just fucking female drives into the teleporter.
And the inconsistency with his power makes it so frustrating. I have no idea what Galactus is capable of, and she shouldn't have been able to touch him.
A better way for her character to turn would be that Johnny Storm figures out that her planet was actually destroyed and Galactus has lied to her this whole time. That would have been better than her going, you know what, murder's bad, and she's like, oh, you're right, I'll change.
Oh, shit, you're right.
Yeah, it requires
after all these planets. Yes, finally, I realized.
Like, how did you not figure this out, you silver moron? Like it requires her to be so stupid.
She's even worse because she explicitly says that I lead Galactus to planets. She takes Galactus to these planets.
Right.
She didn't have to take him. full of people. She could have been to Mars or Jupiter, these empty, dead worlds. She knowingly killed all these people, and it was her choice to do so.
Right.
And
She does realize most planets don't have life.
And
I
it'd be
think.
different if
She's a
like,
murderer.
what is your goal? Is your goal to wipe out all life on the Earth so you can have free access to the resources? And if resources is your goal, why not go to an uninhabited planet? I feel like I have no idea what their goal
we
was.
could have
what their
done?
Oh
motive-
no.
You could have tied it to the Eternals, and Galactus has to kill the Celestial inside a planet.
Oh,
To
but do
stop
we really
you-
want to acknowledge that? It was
It's in
it
Captain
took us so
America.
long to. I know it's a Captain. That's a good point. Actually, we
know.
forgot. Different Earth, though, right? Maybe there isn't a Celestial in this universe. I do agree that the basic point, though, having a reason is generally a good idea. And I know that there are people who will say, "Oh, why are you complaining? Because it's in comics, and you have to keep making this goddamn fucking point." I don't care. This
Yeah.
is not the comics universe. You
Give
can't
us an
use
AIDS
comics to
vampire movie,
explain
then.
stuff you can't be fucked to do in your stupid movie. You do actually need to understand what the movie understands these characters to be. So, like Galactus, why are they choosing these planets in particular? What is it precisely about the planets that he needs? Why does Silver Surfer choose these specific planets? How has she not seemingly had any real emotional toil from doing so until this time? So all this stuff would have made for a way better movie, and they just didn't get around to putting it in.
There's several instances where I feel like this movie was supposed to be longer, but I don't know if maybe they've learned that audiences don't quite like the 2-hour movies all the time, or they thought that some of it was filler. Because even the chemistry between these four here, it felt very much like if you had seen the previous Fantastic Four movies, then you understand what this chemistry is actually like, sort of deal, instead of doing the work to show us like how they all interact with each other.
Yep.
Like Sue and Johnny, I did not believe they were siblings
Not
whatsoever.
one bit. Even during her death,
There
he's
was-
just
But they're
standing
both blonde. What do you
Right.
mean?
when she was
Right.
dying and like Reed is like panicking to resuscitate her. Johnny's just staring into space. That did not look like a dude whose sister's dying in front of him or about to pass away. Like,
Exactly.
you're so right about that, because they even had that line of like, "Oh, you guys know the story, folks." So much of this movie depends on you to have an idea of their characters from the other movies, from the comics, and do so much of the
Superman
work
did
for
that too,
them.
though.
Yeah.
They both
Yeah.
did
Superman
that.
did it
and it's
worse.
way
Yeah,
worse.
Superman did it way worse.
At
That
least
is
this
true.
one had the montage trying to explaining their dynamic and their powers and whatnot, which was pretty well done.
Well,
Yeah, that
we
was well
know
done. Yeah.
stuff- We know stuff was cut because John Malkovich was supposed to be in the movie.
Oh
And he wasn't
yeah,
removed. He was in the
he
trailer.
was in
and
the
he
early
wasn't there.
trailers. Yeah.
So I think I think there's probably a studio mandate saying 2 hours minimum.
This
Well,
was an
nice,
hour
yeah.
and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
If you don't include the credits, it's crazy short.
Maybe the
But there's
subplot was too long.
Some other important stuff was connected because Zeneca's Fringy had watched the trailers before we did it on EFAB, and there's a line in the trailer about Reed Richards says something like, "I expanded the boundaries of space, and they noticed."
Yeah,
Which
it's
is like-
implying that. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, it's very importantly seems to be implying that the reason the Silver Surfer and Galactus have targeted Earth is because of something Reed Richards did, which actually fills in a huge amount of the missing information, like why Earth, why not a
Yeah.
different planet, why now of all times.
That would have been so much more
And
interesting.
given that we know they cut an entire pretty big actor from the movie, I wouldn't be surprised if they cut an entire really important plot point as well.
That would also explain why, if that's true, then why Galactus wants to retire or whatever, because he keeps saying like, "You'll be my savior from this
This cursed
unending."
throne,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's the only
Yeah,
thing we
and
get
from
from
this
him.
unending hunger. So like if he's expanding the universe, and maybe that kind of ticks him off that, oh, there's a special using his purple vision or whatever. It's like, oh, there's a special child out there. He will be myself. That gives motive. Yeah.
Well, the
Well, he
only
only
thing we really
spends
get
time-
about him is him saying that he I used to be a man like you, and now he wants someone to take on his mantle. But that's about it. Like for
But
an
then they say the ship is older than the universe. So what,
What?
the fuck does? Well, because when Herbie takes part, he goes, "This is the oldest thing. It's older than everything in the known universe."
Hmm.
Yeah, because
So, like-
it will take us 10 years to even begin to figure out what Galactus is. I think it's the line that Reed Richards uses. Takes me 5 minutes to teleport the Earth, but figuring out what what Galactus is made out of, that's too much.
Well, you know what I was thinking they could have done? Like, they could have built like a Cerebro thing for Sue Storm and made the planet go invisible.
That would have been a better
rather,
plan.
rather than teleporting the fucking planet to the other side of the universe. When earlier on the power goes out when he simply moves an egg across the room. It's because it's just size and scale. He goes, no, it's not just size and scale. It's
No.
physical.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
They actually introduce how impossible it is because he explains to teleport the egg, it required the equivalent power of 10 city blocks in New York. It's like, well, okay, how are you gonna, like, you're now teleporting a planet. You can't use the energy that doesn't exist on Earth to teleport Earth. And then their answer to that is that we'll just switch the lights off for a couple of nights. It'll be fine.
Oh my
Turn
god,
your
that's
lights off,
stupid.
everyone.
They
How
they
much
wrote
energy
themselves
does-
into a complete trap. Like that's just nonsense. Like it makes absolutely no sense to be able to push the plot in this direction, but they need it to be able to get this everything that they wanted out of this. It's just a strange direction to take this movie when they had such a good start. I'm sure so many people were just frustrated with that.
Did anyone else think they did the fucking everyone on Earth laid down their arms and just had Fantastic Four protect the planet? But it's like only Johnny Storm can get around the planet very quickly. The Thing
Yeah.
has to take a car. If something goes on in China, he's on a 10-hour flight to China.
We also know that isn't what happened. So simultaneously, the movie wants you to believe that that's what happened. That's sort of the beginning news montage stuff, which it does a way better job of establishing itself than Superman's little text thing does.
Mhm.
But it tries to have you understand and accept that this is kind of 60s utopian science fiction in which everyone puts down their arms and they all get sort of joined together under the Galactic Federation. In this case, 4 people. But even in the opening montage, you see that Latveria is not there. And I didn't know what Latveria was because I don't know anything about the comics, and the movie doesn't tell you. But apparently that's where Doctor Doom comes from. So we already know they're not signed up to this. And then when the Fantastic Four return, and they're like, no, we haven't actually stopped Galactus yet. Within 10 seconds, there's a Galactus doomsday cult climbing Mount Everest. And also there's the whole underground thing with the Mole Man, and like they were hostile for a time. I don't believe that the world they've depicted is as peaceful and united as they need it to be for the actual plot to function, which is a problem.
Well, there's another. So Mole Man goes, I trust Sue, but we don't know why. He seems to hate everyone else in the Fantastic Four. Then that's really stupid. But like the whole final battle in New York, where he just goes, let's just put everyone underground where Galactus is going to stand above them. Like he's not going to cause a cave-in.
There's a lot of like little things, like even in this edited down cut, that you just didn't need to have in there and could have been used to better demonstrate why these 4 are considered guardians of the planet in the 828 universe or whatever. Because even in the final fight where we finally do kind of see them get superpowery and work together, they're not even working together. It's just like one at a time they go after Galactus. So you don't really understand why they're superheroes in the first place, why they don't have more like adversaries because they work so poorly together. But you don't really like Sue's the only one that gets time to shine, and she's just OP as fuck. That's really the only explanation. There's no chemistry between these 4 whatsoever. And throughout, like when I watched it the second time, I'm just like, where are these other like, because the camera will focus in on just like Reed doing his spindly arm thing up Galactus, or the Thing just like smashing pillars, and it's where were you the rest of this fight? What are you just waiting to get tagged in? Like
a big mistake, because we only saw them have teamwork in like the montage at the beginning, which is something that should be a fundamental factor. Like these 4 should have the best teamwork in the MCU. They should have formations, they should have strategies, and we should have been able to seen them do it completely seamlessly. Yet it felt like they're all having their own individual battle against Galactus, and none of them made any sense. Like they should not be able to even hurt him. Like Sue at her maximum should only be able to slow him down, not push him down across the fucking.
You could have had
that was ridiculous.
You could have had Sue push him. Mr. Fantastic trips him. He turns into a big elastic band. Johnny Storm blinds him. The Thing punches him, and he pushes him over into the teleporter.
That's called a creative idea that utilizes our characters and has proper teamwork. Where the fuck was that in this movie? It's so weird.
I kept thinking back to the first Avengers film, because like regardless of like we had all the films leading up to that, when we saw all 6 of them come together, they all had their own strengths as they worked together to get rid of the Chitauri or whatever, right? So I kept thinking, like, where is that? Like, this is a great opportunity to see for MCU audiences to see good teamwork again, because it's been so long since we've seen that in like a teamwork film. And that I think disappoints me more than anything, because that honestly would have taken back a lot of the criticisms I have about the chemistry and the character work if they could have at least given me that.
Yeah, 100%. It's a missed opportunity for something that should have been like a default, showing them work together as a team, especially when they're legit like a family. I just think that should have been something that, instead of just being a part of the montage, it should have been incorporated throughout the film. And it would have given more opportunities for character moments for Thing and Johnny, and just all the things this film is lacking could have been improved by that.
Yeah, they really shouldn't have cut it. Like, it does feel like a rushed film. Because even the time doesn't make any sense, because Galactus can travel between solar systems, no problem. But when he gets to Earth's solar system, it takes him like 9 months to get from Jupiter to Mars to fucking the moon.
You got stuck at Jupiter.
He's getting lost. Without Silver Surfer, he's going, is it left or is it right? And he doesn't know.
He's got a little compass out.
He's asking for directions. Go, excuse me, do you know what Earth is, please?
Oh, God damn it. The more we talk about this movie, the more Galactus just plummets, man. He can't fucking navigate. He's tripping up. Like, he gets beaten by a stick. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Yeah, it missed opportunity for a character that, like, I still remember the first time I saw a picture of Galactus. Like, someone showed me a Marvel card when I was like 5 or 6. And I was like, whoa, look at that dude. And to think, like, decades later, I'm finally seeing him on screen. I'm like, this is it? Like, this fucking... It's just a big missed opportunity after wasting Kang and needing a new big bad. This could have been a good one. And we had the Ralph Fiennes. His voice was fantastic. We just needed better dialogue and more characterization for something that was so imposing.
Yeah. So hold on. So oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, he was just fat bastard in Austin Powers.
Yeah.
He wanted me.
Just angry big dude, man. I wanted more from Galactus than just a big meathead.
So he's just transported to another part of that same universe. He isn't transported to like 616, which is where the rest of the MCU franchise is.
I mean, we assume so. We don't really. I just figured they sent him away so like he could be used later in another like standalone Fantastic Four movie. But we don't know where he's been sent. Maybe he's gone to a different universe. But
because I was confused by that even the second time around watching. It's just like the plan originally was to zap Earth millions, so it would take Galactus millions of years to find them. But then the way Reed explained it was just so confusing, and it did not compute to me whatsoever. So now he's just kind of...
Well, he doesn't have a ship, so he's just kind of floating in space going, oh!
Yeah, that's the idea. So he needs the ship to travel really quickly. And so, so like moving him... I mean, there's the other problem as well, which is like, because the teleportation thing requires what they call a bridge, obviously, and like the egg was moved from one bridge to another bridge. At some point, they've decided that actually, no, you can just move people to anywhere in the universe without a bridge at the other end, which is why the Earth teleportation plan was supposed to work. And I guess how this one works as well. I don't understand why that is, but that is how now it's supposed to work. But then, if the Silver Surfer can make her own fucking wormhole things and travel, and she's with him, then I guess she can just bring him back if he convinces her. And she's really, really easy to convince, as we established.
Does he grab onto a little surfboard with his fingers?
Yeah, he's riding bitch. He's riding bitch right now on the surfboard because he can't fly himself. How do you make someone who can travel through space but you can't? He's just fucking completely useless.
He's trying to sit on a surfboard. He's just like that. But did they ever, because I never watched the credits, the post-credit scenes, did they link it up with Thunderbolts? Because their shit arrived in it.
No.
What the fuck was that ending on Thunderbolts then? Because...
Yeah, I don't know, because it's that means that either has to be a version of the Fantastic Four from our universe, in which case different characters, or it's gonna have to be further into the future than that movie, in which case like all this happened in this movie, and then that happens next. So it will be part of Avengers Doomsday that they show up. I
didn't see the Thunderbolts extra scene. What happens in it?
They show
Nothing
up.
Really. Yeah. So like the Sam Wilson Captain America is suing the Thunderbolts because he's a dick. And then they get a little message saying subspace anomaly or whatever, and then they go through a big screen and it's the Fantastic Four ship and it's arrived. And so like
That
the
was the-
assumption from that was kind of like, well, that could be interesting. Does that mean that the Fantastic Four will lose in their movie? Galactus wins, they have to escape to our universe. But this movie just doesn't tie it in, so I don't know. And
They might just ignore it. They could just ignore it like the Council of Kangs at the end of Quantumania. Like, what are they going to do with that? Like,
Well,
at some point, you got to stop taking these things seriously. They just
if
don't
that's the post-credit scene there, because the post-credit scene for this one was it's 4 years later. Franklin is like uber smart or whatever, and then Sue walks in and Dr. Doom is there with the child, right? So maybe I guess the in-between is that Dr. Doom is reigning some sort of chaos in their universe, and they follow him back through his wormhole or whatever, and that's how we get the Fantastic Four there.
Why didn't he help with Galactus then if he was there the whole time? That raises that question.
Well, it's 4 years later, right? So maybe he just managed to.
Play
There's
himself.
a lot of this is confusing now. Just to come together.
Yeah, because the 4 years later could be when Thunderbolts happened, but it's in a different universe. And then if Doctor Doom did exist in this universe, then that means he did nothing when Galactus attacked the planet.
So even in like a fresh new start, they're creating their own problems, like internally. Like we're supposed to be able to get away from the fucking by not having the MCU continuity and just getting a fresh start with the story. But it seems like we're just creating issues from the beginning.
Is there supposed to be another? We're getting a Spider-Man movie before the next Avengers movie, right?
We are now, but that wasn't originally the plan. Originally, it was going to be Avengers Doomsday, then Spider-Man, then Secret Wars. But now Doomsday's been delayed because they still haven't finished the script. So now it's going to be Spider-Man, Doomsday, Secret Wars.
That's a slide, Platoon. We're going to get to that.
Great transition to the next slide.
Ooh, there you go.
I think it is the next slide, but I don't know. No. Oh, wait. Oh, no. This was retarded. Is that... I swear to God, that was like a CGI baby half the time.
It was.
Why is she saying it's real?
Not.
She's saying it was real.
Maybe the baby, something's wrong with the baby.
What the fuck?
Women love to gaslight.
Weird.
That's all this is.
But yeah, this is Rebecca Romaine said she isn't sure if she's finished filming her scenes yet because they haven't finished the script.
Oh my God. That immediately reminds me of Elizabeth Olsen talking about WandaVision. About Multiverse of Madness. It was someone asking her if she even knew who she was killing in the Illuminati scene. And she's like, it changed a lot. So she didn't even know the fuck she was facing. All that shit is just like stitched together. It's so pathetic, but it's the same thing. They just get a script first, people. It's such basic shit. I don't get it.
This is
they keep changing release dates and removing things as well, like because they've reformulated their plan pretty heavily over the last 2 years. So I get it, but also it's just like, how do you not have there's a lot you're already trying to put in here. So how don't you have what is Rebecca Romaine's fucking Mystique doing in this movie as well? I'm
nostalgia. She's gonna have one line and like that's it. They're gonna put her in paint, pay her, and that's it. We're gonna point and
how
say,
does this
hey,
tie-in work? That's all. Like I understand the member berries thing because we saw that was basically all Deadpool and Wolverine was, but like this one's a really baffling one because I see the list of people that are supposed to be in Doomsday and it just baffles me.
This is the worst buildup of all time, man, because especially when you compare it to phase 1 through 3, because you had multiple trilogies before you got to the climax of phase 3 and 1 through 3 in particular. And with this, it's just a bunch of single stories of characters nobody liked.
Yep.
And then this just shouts pivot. Like you'll never not feel the pivot if you go back and do a marathon.
The hype around Infinity War got people who weren't even MCU fans to check out Infinity War and maybe even go back and catch up. This isn't going to do the same thing. This is just manufactured bullshit, desperation. Yes. There's no artistic merit to this whatsoever. It's just a money grab. And
if you were to do, like I'm trying to show Amy the MCU at some point here, but I'm making an abridged version because there's no fucking way I'd make her
100%.
suffer. Like, I don't hate my girlfriend, you know. So,
Do a Shia LaBeouf thing where she has to sit there for 72 hours and watch all 20 movies.
I can help you with that. Like, Tony's story is better in other movies. There's only one good Iron Man film, really.
yeah, I agree with that. I'm only having her watch Iron Man 1. If there's any information to fill in, I'll just tell her, you know. But as far as phase 4 through 6, there's like 3 movies for her to watch.
Which 3?
Spider-Man No Way Home. You could probably throw Guardians in there, but I don't even put Guardians 2 on the list. I only put Guardians 1.
You need Guardians 1 or you're going to be completely confused
or lost
in terms of the setting for Infinity War, but then you can skip the others.
Yeah.
You kind of need Black Panther because the setting.
No, you
of
do not. No.
Wakanda. Where does Wakanda come from then in Infinity War?
You see it for the first time in Infinity War.
Actually,
his story and Spider-Man's story work as a trilogy without their movies.
You're right. If you see him in Civil War and then you cut to Infinity War, you can ignore Black Panther.
It works. Right. Yeah. Doctor Strange, I'll have him be introduced in Thor 3. The only Thor movie to be watched, actually.
Yeah. You need Ragnarok to set up the beginning of Infinity War.
Wait,
I honestly think you can. Can you skip Doctor Strange and just have him?
Yes, I think so.
Can you? Because you need to have the what's her name, bald woman.
Oh right,
the master
old lady.
Well, you don't
she
have
shows up so
she's
in
pick and
Endgame.
choose
So, like,
here.
she'll
What you
turn up
will
in
leave
Endgame,
out.
and you'll be like, "Wait, what the fuck? Who's the alopecia?"
I know,
lady?
but you got to pick and
enough-
choose who you're gonna leave out.
Is there enough exposition in that scene to justify it? Like, just fill us in.
I'll write up something to tell Amy.
I've thought about this in my own
I don't
head.
want
What's the
to
best
have
way
her
to do
watch
it?
Doctor Strange just so she knows who this bald bitch is.
Listen. I watched Doctor Strange after Endgame, and I still managed to understand it in Endgame, so she'll be fine. She'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And
A lot of the MCU is
phase 4 through 6 anyway was Spider-Man No Way Home. That takes care of the multiverse. And Deadpool 3 for the fun of it. And Fantastic Four. That's it.
Deadpool 3 isn't even relevant.
It's not relevant at all.
No, you don't need that at all. The most key ones are like Iron Man, Avengers, Civil War ties everything.
Absolutely,
together.
yeah. Civil
It's
War
like
is
10,
super important.
when I think of Civil War, I picture a video with like tentacles coming out of it that attaches all to the other movies. It's like the core, and then Infinity War caps it off.
Do you need Thor Ragnarok? Hold on.
You don't need it, but it's
the beginning of
like
Infinity War is confusing without Ragnarok. But
yeah,
you kind of
like I would argue that Thor 1 is more important than Thor Ragnarok because that's the whole setup for Loki being the main villain for Avengers.
I think you can skip that and just have Avengers
in the Avengers.
Yeah.
I actually like that setup because you have the Tesseract with the first Cap movie.
Yeah.
And then you have this guy being introduced chasing it in the Avengers.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm trying to think of it from her perspective. You know what I mean? Like,
but you do need to watch Avengers 2 because you need
unfortunately,
vision.
yeah.
The Mind Stone.
Yeah.
The dialogue.
All the Avengers movies will be watched.
The dialogue is fantastic in Ultron, but Jesus Christ, that plot gets a little wonky and Ultron sucks. But one of the best MCU scenes is the dinner, the Thor hammer scene. All of them competing. Like I love that. You know what movie needed that? Fucking Fantastic Four needed a scene like that where they're sitting around trying to do like some equation that only Reed knows or some shit. Just something to bond them, man.
Yeah, that's God. Now that you bring that's another moment where the chemistry is lost because aside from the one dinner scene that we see them in at the beginning, they don't actually spend any time together or act like a family or even understand each other's strengths and weaknesses to be able to fill in or criticize or, you know, fairly confront each other. And instead they go on these weird side quests, like the Thing having, you know, some weird relationship with Natasha Lyonne, which she was giving him mad fuck me eyes like throughout both of
she
her
wanted
scenes.
that big rock D.
Right.
Yeah.
She was like, how hard do you get down there? You know, but like that was something that it was interesting because his life is completely turned upside down because he's not exactly human anymore, but you don't do anything with that. So when he faces off against Galactus in the end, there's not really much reason for the Thing to want to just like, oh, it's just, I'm a superhero, so I must do hero things. Sort of.
Yeah,
deal.
the original Fantastic Four movies served Ben Grimm way better.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%.
What's that scene where he's trying to pick up the ring and he can't do it, and then Mr. Fantastic has to do it for him.
For the
And
first
everyone's
one, I think
watching
it
him,
was.
Everyone's and he's embarrassed. It's a really good scene.
That's good stuff, man. Play with it. Like it's something that he lives with every day, and like seeing how he feels about it is an important part of the character. I think he was more established at this point, so we're not meeting him at the beginning when it's a real issue. I still think this movie could have used a little bit of it because he had nothing else to work with. He was just there.
Yeah. And they make him too happy-go-lucky in that first act as well, with the whole cooking thing, and then trying to force that like kind of like brotherly like thing with Johnny, which didn't feel organic whatsoever.
They needed either like the scene I mentioned where they're trying to lift Thor's hammer, where we get to see the whole dynamic and different aspects of their personality come out, or the Avengers argument scene when everyone has their different perspective. Like, excuse me, do we come to your planet and blow stuff up? Like shit like that just fucking works, man. We needed to see just something different. It was just
why are they fantastic?
Yeah,
you know? Just like that's what we
saying
need.
family and fantastic. Repeat those two words over and over again, and you don't actually have to develop their dynamic.
Man, if she got fucked by the Thing, it would be like trying to suck off sandpaper.
That's what I'm saying. It's the best. I think we should actually commit to that and make a full list of like what is.
I'm trying to make this sense of this list if it would work.
Winter Soldier.
Well, you'd have to do Iron Man, Avengers, Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Avengers before Winter Soldier, because that's a proper Cap introduction. You do need Guardians. Civil War is like the key to everything. Infinity War.
So,
is like,
would you watch the first Captain America?
Yeah.
Well, establishes the Tesseract.
For Bucky?
Yeah, the Tesseract's the important.
And also
Bucky,
very important.
So probably the entire Cap trilogy.
Actually, you don't need. You only need the first Iron Man, but you probably need the entire Cap trilogy because Cap doesn't really make as much sense in Civil War unless you understand all the things he's been through.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I love Cap. I think one of the best parts is Captain America and Tony's arc and how they go in like different directions. I think it's such a fucking.
Oh,
cool
that
dynamic.
fight in Civil War is so funny because all
it's
that
so
lead up.
fucking good, man.
It's good.
Also, like I think you would. I do think you'd have to throw in Thor 1. I don't think like just having Loki show up as a villain enough that a Tesseract works, because then what you've got if you don't have Thor 1, Loki's introduced as a villain, and then in Infinity War he dies and it's really sad.
That's actually a decent point. But wait. What if we have no, wait, you're right. Because Thor the Dark Ages has some of the best Loki scenes, like him reacting to his mother's death and like trashing a room. I like that. But you don't really get the other side of it unless you have Thor 1 to make the Infinity War death more meaningful. Because you wait, does Ragnarok have enough to fill in the gap there?
No, it doesn't.
No. Why not have her watch just the Marvel TV shows? Just go, here's Moon Knight.
I was gonna say,
if I ever want to get her to break up with me, I'll have her watch those.
Wanted to leave. What's
that Hannibal Lecter film where he goes, "Do you see?" and he's just
M for Misha.
Do you see? This is Moon Knight. Do you see?
In all seriousness, as much as we roast the shows, is there like which one is the most important for continuity? I think they're all trash, but there's got to be one that did something.
Well, Loki, you've got to explain how he comes back in Doomsday.
Yeah, that's going to be
no,
that's going to be so important, and I'm going to hate it so much.
the tree. Oh,
Wanda as well, because like I guess if you wondered what happened to her after Endgame.
Honestly, I think WandaVision makes Multiverse of Madness even more confusing. Because at the end of that movie,
it does. But then, are we even including Multiverse of Madness? Because if we get rid of, if we get rid of that, and if we get rid of WandaVision, we can just assume that she retired.
Yes, that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
You know what? Yeah.
Would you watch the Spider-Man movies besides No Way Home, which is obviously important?
I like.
No, you don't need them.
I feel like the beginning of No Way Home is going to be confusing.
You can watch what was the first one called? Spider-Man. Yeah,
Homecoming.
It's good for fun, but like
it's
I
just
don't
fun.
think
It's not anything.
Yeah,
there's no substance to it really.
I disagree. It's got some of the best world building of any MCU movie. The Captain America like commercials, acknowledging the effect that the Avengers had, and Vulture's entire character is based off the destruction of the aftermath of Avengers fights. It's for a cinematic universe, they fuck up the world building in a lot of ways, but Homecoming actually does a good job. A lot of people Go ahead.
it doesn't really contribute to the rest of the, like, if you're just thinking like essential MCU to understand everything, it's like, yeah, you're right, it does some really cool world building stuff with the leftovers of the
That
MCU,
I agree with. You're right.
but
You
it's
can get-
not essential.
Civil
Make her
War
watch more
is
movies.
enough for Black Panther and Spider-Man as an
Yeah.
introduction.
This is
Make her
actually an
watch.
excellent question. I think I will have to add in some since, you know, we'll have Doomsday coming up and she'll be like, who the fuck are these guys? Like the X-Men. Although I suppose like Deadpool and Wolverine can answer that question.
Yeah, I would
Well-
throw in like X1 and
X1 and
X2
Mhm.
and then First Class, because First Class was just
Oh,
really
dude,
good.
what about like X1, 2, and Days of Future Past? That one's
That's a
such
good one
ba-
there.
That's a fucking
Yeah,
good
Super
that was a
underrated
good one
movie.
too. Yeah.
The first two Spider-Mans and the first two X-Men is like must watch. You got to know, you have to watch the wholesome era before you go to the MCU era, in my opinion. You got to see
Yeah.
where it came from and how much respect and love they had for the characters back then, and to slowly see it get degraded to where we are now. First Class was fun as well too. Yeah, that X-Men trilogy was actually Apocalypse kind of shot the bed, but
Yes.
in
Apocalypse
terms
is
of
a straight
fun,
S.
it's definitely a decent trilogy.
What about Morbius and
excellent
Craven and all the
Yeah.
fun ones?
Madam Web.
You know what?
Madam
You
Web.
should.
Madam Web
you
must
should,
watch. Top of the
you
list.
should show your girlfriend Craven just because she'll be really appreciative afterwards.
No, Madam Web, tester.
Madam Web is the number
she's
one.
Yeah,
got the
hey,
sense of humor
hey,
for Madam
Cynic,
Web,
why don't you
marry
go
her.
cuck yourself with Aaron Taylor Johnson? Yeah,
I don't
all
listen
right,
to Vex.
cool.
Fucking cuck yourself. Watch Madam Web. If she laughs in the opening scene like I did, you put a ring on her. All right, that's what you do.
What
Fucking
if she
spiders
actually
together.
turned around and said, "This is like cinema. This is Martin
This is
Scorsese."
And you
cinema.
change your locks. You change your locks. You switch your phone. You're gonna get the fuck out of there.
Kick her out of the house.
Oh yeah, you should throw Logan in there then. Actually,
Yeah, probably.
Top
Yeah.
10 superhero movie. I fucking love that.
Well,
movie
that would
exists.
make Deadpool and Wolverine make sense.
yes.
So yeah, I
Yeah, 'cause it'll
suppose so, huh?
It'd be X1, X2, then he's dead. So,
Yeah, exactly.
so you need Logan to kind of bridge the gap.
I feel like if you did First Class, Days of Future Past, and Logan, you'd be good.
Oh, Logan.
No,
oh,
you
right
still need
now.
X1 at least. You need
Why?
X1 because that sets up Wolverine as a character completely,
Are
and then
you-
it makes
it's
the events of Logan make sense.
The
more.
mention, the
That's fair.
dynamic between Professor X and sorry, I can't say anyone's name.
Logan.
Professor X and Logan, you
Mhm.
get that from the first one, and the scene that they have in Logan at the dinner table when they're reflecting on like him. Their history
Okay,
at school,
yeah.
that is
Yeah.
phenomenal, and it only
Okay,
works if you have their
so-
history.
X1, First Class, Days of Future Past, Logan. How
Sure.
about that?
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This has been the best conversation today because it's, 'cause-
Whoever said that comment just fucking knocked it out the park,
Yeah.
dude. I can go all night on this. I actually
Mhm.
want this list fleshed out and like.
I've been
settle.
trying. Yeah, I've been trying to make. I just had her watch the Batman. That took 3 days.
What do you mean?
um,
To convince her or to watch it?
No, to watch it.
Because I can see both.
It took 3 days to watch it because she fell asleep 2 times.
Oh no!
Oh, good woman. Good woman.
Oh jeez.
And you know, she had the same thing that she said the same stuff we all said about the film. It's too fucking long.
Did she like the Batman Begins and The Dark Knight?
She's never seen them.
No.
I do. Okay, do it this way. This is my headcanon, the way to set it up. You watch Joker, and you Heath Ledger's Joker is inspired by Arthur Fleck's Joker. So you can even imagine he's a teenager
Yeah.
there during all the riots and all the craziness. Then you watch Batman Begins, then you watch The Dark Knight. You pretend Dark Knight Rises doesn't exist, it falls off a cliff, and that's your new trilogy right there.
I would
That's
ignore
not-
the first half of Jedi's statement. Don't watch Joker. Just
What the
watch
fuck?
No,
Batman
the
How dare
first
you.
Joker is good. Well,
Yeah,
good
Joker,
enough.
not Joker 2. I've never
Joker
even
2 is
yeah.
I know, but just like the first Joker, it's just like it has lost quite a bit of its luster. A and
Because
B, it
of
doesn't
2.
really, it doesn't contribute a whole lot to a greater cinematic universe. It's really fucking depressing.
It helps flesh out the concept of Joker, and it's explained that it's just basically not the same person, but it's the philosophy
Well,
that he's adopted. I think
Joker
that
doesn't need a background.
The real Joker kills Arthur Fleck at the end of number 2. He cuts a smile on his face.
I
Does anyone remember
refuse
that?
to watch that movie. I refuse to acknowledge its existence. I just that's a hard skip for me. I hope I never see it.
Oh,
That's
it really is like
true.
Last Jedi.
Victor says Bruce's parents will die twice, though.
Mm.
Do they? Oh
Mm,
fuck! Oh
yeah.
shit! You
Can't
just
be doing
destroyed
that
my
now.
whole headcanon. All right, I'll stop saying that from now on.
To be fair, your headcanon makes more sense with Joker too, because the parents aren't there, and the guy at the end, Heath Ledger's Joker, is kind of there at the end. So,
Okay.
but then you have to watch a shitty
I've been
movie.
prepping her. I've been listening to Frank Sinatra like crazy the past 2 weeks. This is perfect.
But like,
Well, if-
Heath
on
Ledger's
this-
Joker stabs a rape victim to death. I mean, that's probably the worst thing he does.
What do you think is the best introductory superhero
So
movie?
fucking
Someone
crazy
who
you just said that,
some-
and it's true.
someone who doesn't know anything about DC or Marvel or any of this stuff, but you want to introduce them to the entire concept. What would be your first movie? Your go-to?
Iron Man.
Iron Man is a good shout.
Probably
In
Iron
the
Man.
end, sort
Yeah,
of is-
I did start. We watched half of it, and she
Mhm.
really enjoyed it. We have to start it from the beginning because that was months ago. But yeah,
Do you just keep like moving out of the movie every time it's halfway through? You go, right, let's go dancing, let's go bowling.
this is entirely on her. She can sit through like 2 seasons straight of episodic TV, but cannot sit through a 2-hour film.
Oh my god.
That's weird. That's even weirder.
Yeah, that's for me because part of the reason I love
She's gonna be
movies is you get a
pissed I've thrown her
completed.
under the bus, but
Do
I
it.
gotta.
Toss
It
it.
is her fault. It's not mine.
But you
Why
get a
don't you have,
completed
like, an-
story with a movie. That's one of the big benefits of it.
Why don't you have like an intermission, like a theater, like an opera house, and you go, right, this is the pause thing, go to the toilet, buy a drink.
Well, that's why we
maybe
like
watch
going
it.
to the movies because it forces you to focus. on
Trapped.
it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Trapped.
can't
trapped
escape
in watching
Can't
the
escape.
movie. Yeah.
Someone mentioned Blade, but like not everyone's into the horror vampire thing, which is like I personally would say Blade, but Iron Man is just like it's well-rounded, that it covers like a bunch of genres a little bit, and it has a little bit for everyone. Blade is just hyper masculine. Not a lot of women connect with Blade or
I still
pussies.
pick
So.
I still pick Batman Begins over Iron Man for the best
Mhm.
introduction because that third act it falls apart, and Batman Begins third act is fantastic, and that's one of the best endings ever. To lead into the Dark
You could
Knight.
recommend that to a film buff if you wanted to get a film buff into superhero movies. But
Mhm.
Batman Begins, it's very grim, it's very dark. Like it doesn't have that lightheartedness, and like there's a very clear hero's journey in it. Just the first Iron Man alone that everyone can get on board with. That's really hard to get depressed about
Yeah,
or anything,
Yeah,
right?
Well,
Tony's
someone in
charisma,
chat,
that's
if you
a good
want that
point.
though, because like someone in chat has basically the undefeatable suggestion of just make a watch Incredibles because that's all you need.
That is
Ooh.
one.
That's
That's
actually a
too.
good one.
Yeah,
That's a
yep.
good one. The forgotten superhero film, The Incredible. It's so good that people like.
These are all good. Yeah.
Yeah. I would get any of the first Spider-Man, the first X-Men, first Iron Man, Batman Begins, Incredibles, any of the ones that really give you a thorough introduction to the characters and concept, I'd say.
Yeah.
Was that a super chat or a random question? I need
It's
to
just
that
a
was
random question.
Damn, is that like the most? Holy crap!
Yeah. Random question. Good question.
So yeah, they
1
haven't
year
finished writing the
ago-
Doomsday script yet. That was the topic we were on.
Oh yeah. Well, it's still Doomsday related. Robert Downey
Yes.
was revealed to be playing Doctor Doom 1 year ago today.
Which
Still think it's a bad idea.
Go ahead.
How much did he get paid? Wasn't it like fucking
100
90
million or
All the
100
money.
million?
All the money, Reaper. Every last penny.
all the money.
I can't escape this of like the meme that I saw directly that correlated with this of just like a reveal of Viggo Mortensen coming back to play Sauron or some shit. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work for me. Why the fuck are you doing this? He's such an iconic character. You're not going to be able to picture him as anything other than Tony Stark. And I
Yeah.
just don't think it's going to work.
I mean, they could make it work by if they really lean into that and like get the shock factor of it. But like this was a desperation move, and you
Total
can tell they did not at the time they did this think they were going to be delaying it because they hadn't
Yeah.
thought it through. You don't like it's the buzz is already gone around this announcement, and that announcement by definition will deprive the movie of one of its biggest potential twists. And so they needed to do this pretty soon before the movie was due to come out if it was going to have any kind of momentum building effect at all. There might be some latent interest still because, it is a potentially shocking development, but we already know what the shocking development is. He's Doctor Doom now. Okay. So when he takes the mask off in the movie, instead of being, oh my God, it'll be, yeah, and...
Okay. And there he is.
And
Well, if you can write Spider-Man to tie into it, do you think the hype can go back up?
But they can't, well, unless they're redoing Spider-Man as well. If they've reordered them, it's going to be really hard to do that. Because I assumed that the original order was Doomsday, Spider-Man, Secret Wars, and so I assumed that Spider-Man sitting between them would make reference to both movies and tie in. But if it's designed to tie in, but you've moved one act until after it, then you'd have to rewrite that movie. So I've not heard that they're doing that. Maybe they are.
So there was a rumor yesterday, I think, that Blade will start filming early 2026. So maybe that is our new in between.
Hasn't that rumor been in existence since like 2012
It has,
yeah.
or whatever?
It
I'm
has,
hearing
yeah.
about Blade since I was in high school. It feels like it's just.
But it's like they finally cemented writers for this, right? So and now it seems like they're on. And then there was the news that there had been 4 variations of the script. So it feels like all of this has come out because now they're finally on track with Blade. So perhaps Spider-Man has now come forward. Blade has a place in between Doomsday and Secret Wars. And what else? What other Marvel? Black Panther 3 is in there somewhere, I think.
Wonder
Please
Man. We've discussed Wonder Man and how
Wonder Man.
amazing that's going to be, and that everybody knows who he is and is really looking forward to that
I
show.
forgot that was real.
Why are they
Who
doing
is
that?
Wonder
That's just-
Man?
I can't wait to
Nobody knows.
shit on that later.
We covered it, and I still don't know who he is.
Well, it's called Wonder Man, as in everyone's gonna wonder who the fuck this person
Yeah,
is.
who the fuck is Wonder
My
Man?
power is confusion.
Yeah. It's just
I'm
not a
gonna
good
Google him.
idea.
What is it? I think you were talking about Blade, and he said, well, when we did Blade, we didn't want Blade just killing vampires. Wait, that's what everyone wants with fucking Blade. That's the whole
Fucking
point of it.
idiots. You have
Oh,
a
Wonder
cool
Man is a
character
mini
who jacks
series, not a
vampires.
movie.
Yes.
Blade should be the easiest fucking one to nail in terms of the superficial elements. You have one of the coolest characters ever that everybody likes, has a cool aesthetic, a cool fighting style, and he's fighting vampires. If you can't use that template and do something with it, you suck.
But it
There's no
depends,
other way
right?
around
Because it massively depends on how close. Do they want Blade to be part of the MCU or not? Because if they want Blade to be part of the MCU, then the problem becomes, okay, we're now introducing vampires to the MCU. Do any of the movies around it have plans to use vampires? Are there vampires in Doomsday or Secret Wars? Like, the problem with fitting it in is more of a problem than making the concept work as a standalone. We know it can work as a standalone, but I don't imagine that's what they want it to be.
But they
should
treat it
Oh.
like
Fantastic Four where it's isolated.
scrolls all over the planet in a fucking world war, and no
Oh,
one's
that could be
acknowledged
it. If they said it a few years back in time, that's why there are no Skrulls anymore. He killed all of them. Like, he genocided the Skrulls, and that's why we're not doing the Skrull invasion.
Or just Blade
What?
stabbing them.
Yeah.
What what if
Millions.
Blade, like the Fantastic Four, is in his own separate universe as well?
Oh no! Wait, someone just
No.
reminded me he was in the Eternals post-credit scene, so he's already technically in the MCU.
Was
Oh.
Eternals mainline MCU? Is that 616?
Yeah, because Black Captain America
Yeah.
is the Flash.
On Eternals.
That's true. Yeah. Captain America acknowledges it. So does She-Hulk. The only two things that acknowledge the giant dead
Oh,
god sticking out of the
Jesus
ocean.
Christ! Yeah, you're right. She-Hulk made a joke out of it, and what Captain Wakanda like actually had it a part of this the plot. So yeah.
Should I watch the Eternals? I still haven't seen it.
No,
No.
Oh,
Christ,
I haven't
no.
even seen it, and I'll tell you no.
No.
Oh wow.
No. The fact that it's been 2-3 years and I still haven't heard anything about this movie other than it's shit and there's a big ass alien in the fucking water. Like,
It is
that's it.
shit.
If
I
you
haven't seen
just
that
wanted-
or Shang-Chi. I haven't seen Shang-Chi either.
That's
Oh, that's
okay.
pointless.
I heard Shang-Chi.
Pointless to watch
is-
it though.
It's funny. Pointless and okay are the only two descriptions I've heard of that
I don't
movie.
even think it's okay. I think it's like the more you watch it, like his sister watches Shang-Chi fight and she's a better fighter.
Oh, fuck off.
And
Is
then
Aquafina his
Abomination
sister?
Wong is fighting Abomination and he just sends him back to jail. Just pointlessly.
Huh.
What at post Endgame and ignoring Guardians and No Way Home and Deadpool 3. Remove those 3. What's the best MCU movie they've made?
Sorry, ask the question again, please.
Post Endgame films,
Mhm.
ignoring Deadpool, No Way Home, and Guardians 3. What do you think's the best MCU movie?
Well,
Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
The first
Yeah.
40 minutes of
Three.
Fantastic Four might actually be the answer. That's
Well, that's half the fucking movie at least, because it's
Yeah.
short as shit.
Well, there's only 3 movies. There's Black Captain America, there's Thunderbolts, and there's Fantastic Four.
Black Panther Wakanda
Oh
Forever.
god, I
in
forgot about
there.
that one. Jesus Christ.
Wait, do we
that
get
is?
to
I feel like we're
count
forgetting
the
one.
Sony verse? Because like that's technically canon to a
Wait,
certain
oh,
extent.
Far From Home.
No,
that be in there?
no,
Morbius,
not like I'm thinking like
Craven.
Venom and yeah, all of them.
Those kind of.
Morbius.
Do they even really exist? Like, are they even real?
Well, we know they're canon because the Venom thing, there's Venom tie-in to the mainline universe, right? So like, doesn't that by default make? And then even in Madam Web, don't they make reference to Peter Parker or something going on with Spider-Man? In that,
The ambulance driver is Uncle Ben. I
Uncle
think.
Ben.
there we go. Yeah.
Him.
Oh yeah.
And
She-
they can't say Aunt May or there's some shit like when they were gonna say a name, they popped the balloon instead of saying the name because they weren't allowed to or something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, young pregnant May or
Yeah.
no, not May. What? No, not May. Peter's mother. Whatever her name was.
Oh yeah. I love how she got hit with a flare in the eyes and then she's in a wheelchair because eyes.
Everything about that movie is so fucking funny, man. It's so good.
Madam
They
Web,
patted
that's the one-
down Sydney Sweeney's.
They
Great
strangled
genes.
her fucking tits. Just absolutely strangled them.
Isn't
They milked them,
Hawkgirl
dude. They were just
was,
like,
out of the 3 Spider Girls, isn't one Sydney Sweeney and
Yes.
isn't the other one Hawkgirl?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
Isabella
the black
film
chick,
has been
everyone
fun-
just forgot about her. Like she doesn't have a
That
career.
film
For some
has
reason.
been fantastic for people's careers, and I don't know how.
It's because they
Sydney
played the
Sweeney-
game.
But it's like it's the film is an abomination. Sydney Sweeney is now like fucking gonna be a Bond girl. That girl's now Hawk Girl, and she was in The Last of Us. How does that film elevate everyone's career? That should be the death
Is
of
it-
your fucking.
Isabella
I think how
was
they
also in
handled that movie.
Romulus.
Yeah, how
Oh,
they
yeah,
handled
she
that
was in
film
Romulus.
is like a perfect example of how to handle a movie. You know, is
That's what I was
shit.
gonna say. They played the game, and people will
Mhm.
always respect you if you're real and you can play the game. Like we
Yep.
know it's shit. Let's just have some fun with it. She like dressed shit like a chainmail dress that was all tits. People are gonna remember that shit, and that's all it takes. Just roast the movie because we know it's trash, and just have fun with it instead of being in denial. And
Oh,
people
didn't
always
they,
remember that.
Didn't they say Sydney Sweeney's trying to like push Nazi ideology because she said she had good genes?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
God,
you do
yeah.
realize we're talking about her honkers, right?
Holy shit,
Come on.
dude! That is why are people so?
And everyone's going
stupid?
blonde hair, blue eyes. She's a Nazi.
The girl's got spectacular tits while still being decently athletic.
Yeah, but
That's
you notice
stupid.
the only people calling her Nazis are ugly women.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's,
yeah,
that's the
checks.
thing, right? It's like you are absolutely brain fucked. You watch that advert and you stare at tits and you say, "Is this Nazism?" And it's just like, fucking
If
stop
it is,
it.
if it is, sign me up.
Only Nazis like tits.
No, she's bringing back boobs, man. She's bringing them back, and like I'm here for it. I just, someone as cool as her should be appreciated, not shunned.
It is funny to think that because didn't she add something like $200 million to the company's share price basically
300.
overnight? That if Madam Web had just given her a sensible outfit, and by sensible I mean you can just see her tits, that would
That's
have been one of the highest grossing Marvel movies or Sony movies of all time.
Right.
Yep.
It's true. I don't know if people have seen her filmography, but she doesn't mind showing those off.
Nope.
No.
She doesn't.
And she does
She
not.
plays the game. That's it. I find it strange how she like the other girls, Dakota Johnson hasn't gotten the same success that she had, even though she
Look.
was like memeing it up too.
She's past her prime, and she already had her peak success with the 50 Shades movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
did she? Oh, I'm not familiar
Yeah.
with her.
She
Yeah.
didn't get her tits out.
Yeah. That was
No,
the
she
thing.
did get her tits out in those
They
movies.
just weren't
she
as
goes
big,
full frontal.
Yeah, she doesn't really have any. I mean, compared to her, she might as well be a boy.
Yeah,
True.
she looked like Silver Surfer. They're fucking compared to Sydney Sweeney and those fucking chesticles. Like those
True.
are, yeah.
You remember Jennifer Lopez had her ass cheeks insured? I bet Sydney Sweeney does have her tits insured.
Oh
They
god,
I
should-
yeah.
didn't know that.
They should be insured. You didn't know about
Her
J-Lo's
ass
ass?
cheeks insured for like
No.
17 mil a cheek, I think, something like
Yeah.
that.
Those
What?
were essential cheeks, man. Come on.
And you know what? You can do it per cheek, but if one cheek's roughed up, like that really does the other cheek in too.
Hold on.
Mhm.
How does the policy work for such a thing? That's what's more like. Do you have is it a plastic surgery?
Oh.
No, it's just that if something happens that depreciates the market value of your tits or
your
your
ass.
ass, then you get a payout. But
What?
that means you also have to pay insurance on your tits and your ass, which is quite funny.
Which is a tax write-off for these people.
Oh, it is. It's a business expense. Just
Yep.
having an ass is a business expense.
Dang.
What a different world they live, man. But writing your fucking ass on your taxes. Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Ass insurance.
Someone in the chat. So settle this. Who's more attractive, Dakota or Sydney Sweeney?
Oh, Sweeney. That's a ridiculous
Sweeney.
question.
Yeah, like
Move on.
Dakota is past their prime.
I will say that Dakota has the slightly better face, but it'd still be Sydney Sweeney.
Well, you're not
7
looking
days
at her
a week.
face. She's
Yeah,
either
so,
bent
yeah.
over or her tits are covering her face and you can't see them.
Fair. So yeah, I wouldn't even compare those two. One's tall and kind of lanky, and the other one's, wouldn't
Yeah, but
mind
two different
motorboating
flavors.
myself.
Two different flavors for sure.
The thing is, though, she's going to be the next Bond girl, and she's just going to fucking her price is just going to go through the roof.
Yep.
She actually has to fuck Bond though, because we can't have another film where she just goes where Bond is riding bitch on a little moped and does nothing.
Oh god,
Yeah,
can you
that's
imagine
pathetic.
how like it would be so much worse as well, given that it's Sydney Sweeney. It would just be like, no, I can't have sex with you. I have ethics. Fuck off.
Or she touches him and he goes, ugh, and he prematurely
He just
ejaculates.
fucking comes all up his neck.
He's Jim from American Pie. She keeps touching him and he keeps
Oh my
coming in his
god,
pants.
that's like the most legendary sex scene ever. Man, American Pie is like must watch for like young teenagers, man. Fucking love that movie. That gym scene is just so iconic. Just completely, man. Especially if you watch that at the right time. I fucking love American Pie.
A teethy BJ.
This explains why Chris Martin is still with her, though. So,
Well, basically his pubes floss her teeth.
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Fuck.
What a great Doomsday or Doctor.
Yeah,
Doomsday.
yeah.
I know. I just looked up. Oh yeah, Robert.
We're so excited. Robert
Robert,
Downey
right,
Jr.
yo.
is talking to Doom. Anyway, tits.
Anyway, Sweeney's tits. About this.
You should really just be adding a slide with Sydney Sweeney's tits.
That's the
into
thing. I
slideshow.
was sitting here looking
It
at
was
this
for the
entire
second
time thinking,
show.
we're so shit at this job.
Where's
We've
the
been
boob?
talking about Sydney Sweeney's boobs this entire
The
time,
whole
and they
time.
haven't been on screen. Like,
Oh, it turns out if you Google Sydney Sweeney's tits, you just see them.
oh, see, if you do it in the UK, you get told you're not allowed to look at them.
Well,
So
you
Oh.
poor
I'll
bastards.
check that out.
You poor bastards.
for research.
There's another one.
Well,
from
I
the
was going to
chat.
grab a picture to pull up on here, but that is
Do it.
Oh, you can see
Oh,
them on Google
Oh, you
Images,
can.
but you
her
can't
boobs
go on
have a
any websites.
Twitter.
Her,
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Her boobs have a Twitter. Here, I'll put the link in private chat.
I'll put the link in private chat. All right.
And I'm on it.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah,
It's just her boobs.
It's just boobs.
She's covered up. You know, it's
This is
tasteful.
hilarious.
This girl's a fucking legend. Like this, she's an absolute legend. This is it. She's bringing.
I like
tits
how
back one
March
tit at a time.
5th, they just post the same picture multiple times. Like,
Decoy.
Who cares?
But you know what's weird? It's like people have discovered fire again. Oh,
Yes.
attractive blonde girl with big tits. Oh, who knew people loved that? Fucking everyone from the dawn of time.
if somewhere along the way it's been forgotten. Like it's like I don't know. Let's get back to having fucking beautiful women in movies because that
Yep.
sex sells. It's just a fundamental part of life.
it's, you know what else is a fundamental part of the whole thing? The pushback against it. There's
Yes.
always pushback against it because it's like ugly people get upset that people find attractive people attractive.
Yep.
Well, if
bizarre.
you see that T-app, the fucking dogs on it, Jesus Christ. Like the ugliest women ever going, oh, Henry Cavill's not good enough for me. I'm like, you're lucky to fucking get a dog bowl to drink out of.
100%.
You fucking hideous troll.
And those girls are the most entitled, it seems. They have no self-awareness at all when it comes to where they rank. So they just
Well,
have to hate on these sexy girls. Can't do it.
Well, the problem is ones and twos will get 1, 2, and 3 guys desperate to get them. So they think, oh, I can then shoot up to a 4.
Mm.
So a number 1 girl, her baseline is a 4 guy.
Have you guys watched any of Homath's videos at all?
Oh, Matt. No.
Yeah, okay. He's got a Twitter account. I like his Twitter, but he does videos as well, and he basically explains modern dating and how women are basically delusional. And he actually has an entire chart describing the number scale for hotness and how like women in the 1 to 4 range consistently overshoot and think that their baseline is like 6 or 7 dudes.
Well,
and he's
isn't
got
that
it
because like the 6 or 7 dudes will just fuck anybody.
And then it
So
explains
then,
why the
like-
6 or 7 dudes will even go for 1 through 4s at any point, and it's usually to get around to a 7, 8, or 9 girl.
And this
It's-
is why the 1 to 10 scale is unbelievably fucked and flawed. It doesn't account for all the variables. You need the Patrice O'Neill scale. It's a scale made by a comedian years ago.
Patrice's scale.
Patrice
Oh,
O'Neill, and
my
it's
God.
1 to 30. 1 to 30, yeah. So the first 10 is variations of ugly. So on this scale, someone like Uma Thurman is like an 11. Like she is like as beautiful as an ugly girl can possibly get. Like S tier ugly, right? That's basically how it goes. And then you go to the top. So on this list, a 19 would be something like, let's say, even Scarlett Johansson. Like she is like either an ugly, gorgeous woman or a beautiful, okay looking girl. Pretty much depending where you categorize her. But when you use this list, you can account for all the variables when it comes to appearance. Instead of just saying, oh, that girl's a 10. Yeah, she's a 10 too. No, she's not. There's so many different variables when it comes to faces. So using this list makes it so much more effective.
Who's a 30?
That's what I need to come together. I'll tell you who's a 1. It's a strong woman named
Bella Ramsey.
Olga Lashuk. Olga Lashuk. Even her name is ugly. Bella Ramsey should
Olga.
Jen, hold on,
Olga.
Jedi. Can you send us a link to the? Because I'm because just
Yeah,
knowing
fuck
that
Superman talk. This is
And,
way.
like,
This
the
is
topic
Beast
is
Up After
nominally
Dark.
changed, right? We've been moving through
Sorry,
slides and
Robert.
just fuck it.
Well,
Which is-
it's a list that needs to be fleshed out, but the way to picture it in your head best is like Uma Thurman. She really is like
she is
top
ugly.
tier.
I'm
Is it-
glad
is it
someone
like-
said it.
She's as gorgeous as an ugly girl can possibly get. Like
Is
Lady
it like
Gaga
a
would be a 9 on my
political
list.
compass test kind of thing? Is it like x-axis, y-axis? Like, are you economically right hot but socially authoritarian hot kind of thing?
It's,
Well, there's another one called Hot Crazy Matrix, and basically guys will date girls, and it's the axes and the x and y axes is hot and crazy, and the crazy starts off at 4 because you'll never get a girl who's chill. The calmest girl is at least 4 out of 10 crazy, and he goes.
I've seen this before.
And he goes,
yeah.
basically, a guy
Hilarious.
won't go out with a girl unless he thinks she's like a 4 or 5, because if she's ugly, he can't get it up. Then you have, if a girl's hot and crazy, that's the danger zone. If she's hot and a little bit crazy, that's the date zone. And if she's hot and chill, she's a unicorn and doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's so difficult because when you're born beautiful and you just get a free pass to pretty pass your whole life, it's really hard to develop a personality with, that's actually relatable or enjoyable. Or you're not going to find a girl with a gorgeous face and Sydney Sweeney's body with having an amazing personality and sense of humor that's going to crack
Hold on,
you up.
hold
It's
on.
just- it's fucking hard,
Ugly
man.
and funny chicks also have no personality. What are you talking? Like, they're chicks just with personality are impossible to find, no matter what their face or waist looks like.
No women have personality.
No women.
No,
no women have
yeah, exactly. That's
personality.
exactly what I'm
according
saying.
to
Yes.
Vex Electronica 2025.
2025 quote.
It's the girls who aren't fucking these super gorgeous supermodels that don't even have to try and they actually have to develop a personality. Those are the keepers. Like the girls who are like a 15 on my scale, like a Mandy Moore, who's like a beautiful, okay looking girl, but they're humble about it. They don't treat themselves. There's going to be some girl who looks like a fucking 6, but she treats herself like she's a 26, and it just gets into their head. I just
okay,
okay looking girl.
I want to hear Rogan talking about how you shouldn't marry a hot person, and he was basically straight up saying that he doesn't find his wife hot.
Well, it's a balance you need to achieve. If you're so distracted by your lust, you're not going to be able to have a partnership there. Like it's tricky. I had an old lady say this to me too, like find an ugly girl, she'll make you happy. You know what I mean? Those are the keepers. They're going to be grateful. They're going to be more relatable, but it's very fucking difficult, man.
6s out of 10s are the most crazy because they can see the goal. It's within reach. All they have to do is backstab everyone. They just have to they will key someone's car. They will fucking throw acids in another girl's face if she's a rival. They can get the hot guy if they simply get rid of the competition. The craziest girls are 6s.
They value their appearance much more than like men know that there's so many other factors that go into their attraction than just what they look like. It could be their voice, it could be their presence, it could be their sense of humor. There's so many different elements. So you're not going to be immediately jealous of another guy who looks good or looks better than you. Women, if she's hotter than you, taller than you, has bigger boobs and a fatter ass, it's over. You got nothing. They feel completely worthless. Like that's the only thing that they have to offer. That's why those women that are a 6 with a great personality are going to be way better than a girl who's like a 9, but
that's a unicorn.
Scale. You know what I mean?
They don't exist.
They don't exist.
They're all crazy. They're all. If men weren't physically attracted to women, they would never go with them because they're fucking horrible.
Exactly. It's biology that's trapping us into this. She's fucking gorgeous. Yeah. She's a terrible bitch. I hate her. I don't want anything to do with her, but she's so fucking hot, and it's a trap that you get stuck into.
I'm really happy.
Okay.
We're trying to have a kid. We're super happy.
The camera is off and she's got a gun to his head.
Didn't you just throw her under the bus, motherfucker? Get this girl to finish this movie and then we'll talk.
I'm happy.
That's something you could actually hold over her. So, you know, at the moment, you've not seen enough movies that I like. So kind of you're a 4. I'm sorry. But if you've seen phase 1 through 3 of Marvel, maybe I'll bump you up to a 6. You could use it as bribery.
She has to write a full review and give it to you, and you have to give the thumbs up or down, like Gladiator. If it's down, you send the dogs on her.
How about this? She just has to sit through the whole movie without pausing it.
Well, I can do that. I'll just have to watch it 3 times.
Fucking Dr. Doom, just the rabbit hole he let us on. All the different subjects that just got covered. It's hilarious.
Well, we're going to have to change the title of the re-upload at this point because, I mean, yeah. Fantastic Four. Anyway, tits.
Anyway.
Tits and the fucking appearance scale. I honestly think every time I hear she's a 10 or a 1 to 10, it just makes me cringe because what does that mean? I'm tired of everyone
insufficient. It's too broad and it's too vague. But also, like, it doesn't account for what is quite an important variable, which is that like these are not necessarily set numerical values because you can get people who, when they're younger, might be like overweight, nerdy kids who are maybe a 2, and then they get their act together later in life and they go up the attractiveness scale. But they've already learned the social skills from being an unpopular, unattractive person.
Yes, you nailed it.
They can be they're like the unicorns because there aren't that many of them. But when you meet them, they're really lovely and they're also very attractive. And so, like, they could potentially rule the world if they were, you know, egotistical enough to do that.
Former fat chicks. Those are the wifeys.
Because
that's it. They had their fat era to develop a personality and be humble, and now they're hot. So you get both.
Hold on.
I will not be pulling up any more slides. I'm just gonna let the show go the way it's.
But it can also be the worst because I've seen girls who are ugly and they become psychopaths when they're like Palpatine. They just go unlimited power.
Yeah, unlimited trick. They just start fucking everything. I've seen it.
Just to add to that too, every fat chick that I've known that's gotten hot later was always a massive slut before and after. So
yeah, it's their body. Their body stopped them from getting dicks, but when they got attractive, the dicks were like magnets.
Oh no! I'm saying they were still sluts when they were fat because there were enough people desperate for pussy that they fucked them while they were fat.
Yeah, fat chicks don't get laid. Trust me, they don't get called back in the morning. That's
exactly.
It. So
if she was formerly fat and is now skinny, there's a good chance she's a slut.
If they're too fat, it's like piloting a mecha. You have to try and get in it and move the tits to move the arms, to move the body, to move the legs.
You move a left tit, you can't see her face. It's just God.
Yeah, it's like piloting a Gundam.
Premise for the next Gundam show, yeah. It's actually just
a big fat woman. You're stuck in between the fold. It's like the ocean. You're trying to ride a wave on her folds.
I'm telling you, man, fat chicks are like the horniest creatures on planet Earth. It's just.
You speak from experience, Jedi?
Maybe. But they're relentless, and
Relentless. It's like Godzilla. He's sitting there, and then the table starts shaking, the water starts moving,
Yeah.
and a fat girl just
She
drags him from the
acts like-
table.
She acts like fucking Patrick Bateman.
Oh, jeez. But I think they're
I
just more
want you to
honest
wash
when it
your
comes.
penis.
I feel like they're more honest when it comes to sex. I really, really think it does in terms of their desires and what they want. Like
Well,
you're
mostly
gonna
they-
know that you know you're getting laid if you got a fatty coming over. There's no fucking ifs, ands, and about. It's just
They're
how
more
far-
open
Yeah.
about it because that's all they have to offer. They won't get a
Yes.
relationship out of it. They don't have a personality. All they have is a loose pussy to offer you. So of course they're going to be upfront about it.
But
They have
then
a better
Jedi, don't
understanding
just
of it.
stare at it, eat it.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
but how,
Does Vex's nasty sandwich have to be here while we're talking about this? Because as soon as I read that, I looked up like, look.
like how fat is the girl? Does she go like feed me and then
Oh,
just tries to
Jesus
eat you?
Christ. I'm not, let's not go into those details, but it's a completely different dynamic, and you'll notice the difference. And that's part of the reason. Part of the reason so many fatties have fucking husbands. You know, they become wifeable based on just how down to earth they are, and you can only do that if you aren't fucking born pretty and always have a free pass. and everyone's
Hold
kissing your
on.
ass.
There's a lot of before and after pictures I've seen are just like I've witnessed this where it's like they get married when they're like at least average or hot, and because you you get comfortable, there's no reason to keep up with your appearances. So I've met a lot of chicks that looked fine when they were dating and when they were engaged, and then after they got married, they just like blow up like the Blueberry Kid from Willy Wonka.
They let it all
because
slip.
they're planning to stay. If they're not planning to stay, they will stay in good shape because they're
Yes.
looking for the next person. Whereas if they get really fat, that means, oh, I'm hunkering down for the winter like a bear. I'm hiding. Yeah.
Fat stores.
I've seen it so many times where my friend got married and then like fucking this girl put on like 50 pounds. I went, yep, you're keeping her. She's not
Instantly.
leaving anytime soon.
Only time she's gonna lose weight is if you divorce her. That's the only time she's getting that body back, and it'll just be a cycle.
It happens a lot, actually. I've seen it with fit couples as well. They get married, and like 6 months later, they're both fat. Like they just stop trying. Like I don't know what it is.
I don't get how you can do that because my husband has put on a little bit of weight since we got married, but
Wow,
like
throwing
I'm
him under
still
the bus.
Under the
I-
bus.
hold
you
on,
fucking
that's not
fatty.
under the bus. It's just
God damn.
honest, right?
No,
He
it's
put
in
on a
front of the
little
bus.
bit.
You're right.
She said,
But like I've been still trying to keep losing weight during our marriage. So
But why is that? Is that for yourself or for him?
well, it's partially for myself, but it's also because like we're trying to get pregnant. So it's important that I stay healthy.
What
Vex.
happens if he's doing? Has anyone seen Hal
Same
from Malcolm
dude.
in the Middle?
What
Have you
is
seen
that?
Malcolm in the Middle where he puts Hal likes his wife fat, so he starts putting lard in
Yes,
the
yeah, I
porridge.
love that episode. He starts fucking just sabotaging her fucking breakfast.
Yeah,
And throwing in all
maybe
the
he's doing that with
calories.
you. He's putting bacon in like the celery and stuff.
Yep, he wants that big brown ass. He wants it plump. That's how he fucking wants it.
He loves being
That's such a funny
squished.
episode. No, but it's funny though too. Like some guys don't even realize they like big girls, and then you have episodes like that where he's just fucking suddenly trying to get Lois thick as fuck. It's such a
Well, what's
strange
that-
dynamic.
What's that fetish where people love being squished by these gigantic fat girls? And what happened was
God.
one guy basically had a wife. He then used to on the side get crushed by big fat fatties. But the big fat fatty had a heart attack while she was crushing
Oh
him.
Jesus!
He couldn't get her off, so he choked to death. And then his wife went. The police called his wife and said, "We found your husband. He's under a fat girl."
Oh Jesus! Can you imagine your marriage getting ruined by that? Because you have to call the fucking ambulance. You're struggling under a
died.
boob.
The fat girl had a heart attack and died, and then he couldn't get her off, and he died. And his wife found out that her husband was crushed to death by a fat girl and having an affair.
Oh my god! You know what's funny about that? Actually, not funny, but just a strange segue. Flanagan has a movie. I can't remember what it's called, but that's pretty much the plot of it. This couple goes to like a cottage to have sex, and the guy dies on top of the girl while she's fucking like handcuffed and everything. So she has like the next few days trying to figure out how to get out of here while this dead body's on top of her and she's fucking handcuffed. And like, it's just fucking nuts.
Well,
That is
rigor
not how I
mortis
want to
is
go. I can
different.
think of plenty better ways. No.
Well, if he's lying down, rigor mortis kicks in, and he still have a boner, wouldn't he? So she could still finish the job.
Did he die with a boner though? Like, is there a change in blood flow temporarily between death and rigor mortis though?
But you're facing downwards, so the blood congeals downwards to where your dick is.
Gotcha. Okay.
So rigor
Oh,
mortis
does that
would
mean it's gonna
stiffen it.
inflate a little bit then? If
It'll
the
be
blood's
sort of,
cold?
but it won't be erect. It'll just be sort of, it'll be like a
Hard.
big flubber.
It'd be,
It'll be sort of like just
Balloon.
large but vaguely floppy.
be a balloon.
Interesting.
Don't you fart after you're dead too? Like you're still passing
shit
gas? Is that how
yourself?
it works? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a lot of
so
people
You piss yourself.
She's lying there, and he just shits all over her. She's lying there, covered in shit, with a dead guy on her, with a floppy-ish penis inside of her, and she can't get out.
Oh my god.
So
What a
it's-
nightmare!
This has gone from this is backstage talk to we're going to start a second show and just do that to we brought it to the main show.
We're just gonna do that. Yeah.
Did we even have like what happened? I swear there was a bunch
Cynic
of
probably
slides.
spent like most of his workday today, which is about 30 minutes, actually, carefully compiling slides for the
take
show.
a couple
I know.
hours in the morning every Monday with my coffee, and I prep BSUP.
There's
But
actually
then-
one that you put at the bottom, the 25 ranking. That one we should definitely
Yes.
check out if we can. Like
This
I
one.
what is Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 2 doing there? What are you
Hold on.
doing?
I
Whoa.
actually wrote down
outta here.
movies that should be on this list after I saw it.
Yeah.
So movies that are not included that technically count as superhero movies, okay? Kick-Ass, The First Blade, Infinity War should be there, not Endgame.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy 1 should be there instead of Volume 2.
Yeah, what the
Mhm.
fuck?
Yeah,
Defendor, which was like an indie film with Woody Harrelson, I highly recommend. Mystery Men should be on that list.
Yeah, I should be in there.
I
Maybe.
remember
Uh,
that.
Wait, what women's want? What women want? I will always praise that as one of my favorite superhero
You
movies.
brought that up every
Yeah.
stream.
That's not
Every time,
technically
I
a
fucking love
superhero
it.
movie, though.
Anytime
It's not
you
part
bring
of the
it
genre.
No, because I
I
count
have
it, man.
watched it. It's good. I
Yeah.
do like it as well.
There you go. It's to me, it's just a character study with a sci-fi or fantasy element that should cover everything. And I hate
can
the fact
read
that it has to be
minds.
Marvel or DC.
It's
It is a good
superpowers, You
movie.
can read minds.
But
Right.
Black
It's a good
Panther,
movie, but
remove that from the list.
it's not a superhero movie, right? I would also add Constantine, Lego Batman, the first one, The Incredible Hulk, the first Iron Man, which I can't believe isn't on this list.
Wait, how is Constantine a superhero movie to you?
He's a superhero.
He's
He
a
goes and he fights
superhero.
demons. Yeah.
He's part of
Well,
DC.
he's a demon slayer. Does
No.
Dante a superhero?
But then there's
What makes him
Blade.
a
superhero?
Is
Blade
Blade a
kills
superhero?
vampires.
Yeah,
I've never really considered Blade a superhero. He's more of like an anti-hero.
but like
Yeah,
he's a
but they still
hero
Superhero
in-
count.
should
Like
save-
Spawn's a superhero, but he's an
the Punisher
anti-hero.
is the Punisher a superhero.
I when I
He's
think
just the guy with
superhero,
a gun.
I think of people actively trying to save innocent people.
It's still
Well, that's a
classified under
hero.
cape shit, though. I think. in my
Yeah,
opinion.
like
Shit.
yeah. Also, yeah,
Cape
Constantine
is a
goes around trying
wide
to
umbrella.
save.
It's a wide
humanity.
umbrella, but you know it when
Yeah.
you see it. And
Right.
the Punisher's cape shit, and so is
All right.
Blade, and I
Right.
don't know.
And
You would
Batman Begins should
distinguish-
be on this list instead of The Dark Knight.
100%.
Well, should we
Yeah.
see how many spaces we have to work with by getting rid of some that are on the list, and we can see where we can slot shit in? So, like, I would say, like, remove Thunderbolts, Shazam,
Absolutely.
Yep.
Super.
Right.
Super was good.
maybe I'm
Take
not
anything by
convinced-
Zack
yeah.
Snyder. Watchmen
Yeah,
is the
Watchmen
fuck off.
goes. Not
Yeah.
convinced Superman 2 should be there. Endgame shouldn't be there. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 shouldn't be there. Hellboy shouldn't be there. Winter Soldier shouldn't be there because Civil War is better. The Crow shouldn't be there because that's just for goth girls who are horny.
Yeah.
I like it too.
And Cynic.
There's
Don't
5
nail
or
them,
6
Cynic.
things that should
Well,
even
that's what I
be here.
said.
I like
There's more than 5 or 6. The Batman, like, it's not bad. It shouldn't be there.
11.
no. There's
In-
5 or 6 things that should be there.
Oh,
Most of this
should be
list is
there. Are there
trash.
even
So
that
there's
many
11
though?
things
That's
you would
Spider-Man
remove.
2, The Dark
Batman
Knight,
89, that
Avengers,
shouldn't be there.
That should not be there.
X2 is quite good. I quite like
12.
that one. Wonder Woman shouldn't be there. Black Panther shouldn't be there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
14 films you've
I think
removed so
6.
far.
Oh, good.
14 films so far. Black Panther was a Incredibles, Avengers, Dark Knight, Super. Yeah, I'd say they stay.
I think
yeah.
Crow should be there, but I'll give it to you.
So
For top
14
25, I don't think it
films,
makes the list.
You need to add 14 superhero movies.
And I have, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Oh, so we've still got 2 more.
Why is Black Panther number 6? Like, that's the
Because
part
he's
that I'm
black.
staring at.
That's it.
That's it.
He's black.
I'm just
That's
staring
it.
at that. Like, what are you
It
doing
was a
down
cultural moment, dude.
there? Bullshit. It's so shit.
Hold on.
Just
I got to
that
ask,
movie.
why would you remove Hellboy 2004? I actually really like that movie.
Because it shouldn't be in the top 25
Yeah,
of best
it's not
superhero
Yeah.
movies of
All
all
time.
time.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like-
That's fair. That's fair.
There's a few that
That's
I've
fair.
removed that I can watch quite happily, but they
Yeah.
shouldn't be on the list. Even
Mhm.
Winter
Gotcha.
Soldier, like I quite enjoy the Winter Soldier. I just don't think it's very good.
I
So,
think
like,
Civil
it
War
be
should
there.
replace Winter Soldier.
Easily. Civil War should be in the top
Yeah.
10. Easily.
I've never seen Shin Kamen Rider. Has anyone else seen that?
No, I haven't
don't know
either.
No.
what that is.
Hmm.
From 2 years ago as well. So
Yeah.
it's very recent.
I've heard the name. I've just never watched it. So
You are not blind amateur analyst. I do not believe the original Iron Man is on here.
it
No.
isn't. That's why I
No,
added it to
that's-
my list.
That's
Yeah.
fucking
horseshit.
crazy.
It should be on everyone's list. It's just objectively a fantastic movie.
Well,
What
First
was I gonna
Class
say?
isn't on it.
I don't think that makes the cut, but it's enjoyable.
Ah, it's such a fun film.
What do you guys think of? Fuck! I just completely slipped my mind with this movie. Hancock. What were your thoughts on Hancock when it came out?
Didn't watch it.
I didn't like
kinda
it when
fell
it came out.
apart. The last when it turns out she was his wife, that's when I just opt out the movie because I like the premise,
Mhm.
but it just falls apart in the last act.
I feel like I only remember the first act and like it being having a couple good jokes, and that's about it.
Because that part's good. It's then like the guy who's trying to reform him, his wife just so happens to be Hancock's wife from another life, and she's got superpower. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Completely falls apart at the end.
Hmm.
Honestly,
Hmm.
The Incredibles 2 should be on this list too. I would rank that as
No,
top
it
25.
should not.
that don't
But if we're looking at this list, we
Well,
could
yeah,
put
but
Incredibles 2 in there.
According to this list, you can throw in so many things. Fucking the first 40 minutes of Fantastic Four is better than some of the things on here. Like it's just its list is flawed, super flawed. But judging it based on what should be on here, yeah, it's I don't know who made this list, but like
Honestly,
a lot of improvements that could be
the
improved.
most shocking one of all of these is Thunderbolts. Like the fact that Thunderbolts is even on that list is just it's I don't get it. I don't understand it.
destroys the credibility of the list
Yeah.
to have Thunderbolts and Shazam like anywhere near this.
It's
just
like
screams,
Shazam
don't
I
know
can
what
be
I'm
a
talking
little
about.
more forgivable with. Like it's still terrible,
I
but
can't.
Thunderbolts? But of all the movies to Kick-Ass is like Kick-Ass should be on this list, but Thunderbolts is?
Even
But it's-
Unbreakable, I don't think really should make the cut. Like the best movie in that trilogy is Split, and it's the least superhero movie out of the three. But I don't know.
Like,
What did you guys
why
think of
would-
Unbreakable? If you even remember it,
Don't
It
remember
was
it at
alright.
all.
It was one of the few times M. Night Shyamalan can do a twist that worked, and then he just destroyed his career afterwards.
completely. Glass, what the fuck?
Fucking glass. He drowns in a puddle.
Yes, it's so stupid.
Super strong guy, can't swim, drowns in puddle.
Oh my fucking god, man, it's so stupid.
Oh my fuck!
Yeah,
I hated that film
Unbreakable
so much.
was really. I just remember it being boring, and the concept was more interesting than the movie. And in Split, I thought was awesome, so I was so pumped for Glass. And Glass was an abomination.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
I mean,
replace
you-
Unbreakable with Split.
Yeah, you really summed up M. Night Shyamalan right there. Great concept, poor execution. Oh.
What was his last film where like there was old people on
Old?
an island?
Old,
Old.
old.
How creative of him! But like,
Good.
all I heard was that it was one of his worst movies, and that's quite a high
That's
bar.
the low bar or
The
high,
low bar.
whatever. It's a bar, and he passed it because that movie was ass. It's
Was it
fucking
old
trash.
ass, you could say?
Yes, yes.
I feel like this needs to be highlighted. I thought boring is a pointless criticism. If you're literally the only thing you're using to discredit Andor is to say it's boring, then that has nothing to do with the writing. I talked about the writing in Unbreakable, and I also said it was boring. It's two different things. I wouldn't say that's my main criticism of it.
That's a personal criticism rather
Yeah.
than looking at the artistry.
Exactly. I found it boring. It could be someone's favorite movie.
What does everyone think about Into the Spider-Verse?
So, okay.
I just thought it was okay. It's
Okay,
distinctive
yeah.
art style. I probably couldn't even tell you much of what happens in it though. It just didn't really
It's
grab me.
black. That's all
Oh
I
well,
know.
I remember that bit. Yeah.
But like everyone was talking about the film like it was the second coming or something. I'm like, it's fine. It's okay.
It had a generational soundtrack for Gen Z, also.
They were good.
I remember. Oh,
Sorry,
sorry.
go
Go
on.
ahead. No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I remember really liking it, but now I think back to it, I'm just like I don't really remember. It was just really colorful.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
good
Kyle
sign
got it.
is how quickly you want to rewatch it, how much you want to immediately watch it with a friend, how much you quickly forget it. Like, it was all right. I have no real urge to watch it again. So it's just one of those ones. I feel it was a bit overhyped by its fan base, though. They treat it like it's this fucking masterpiece. I don't know about that.
The second film was a bit of a dip because fucking Peter Parker is in a fucking dressing gown with a baby the whole movie because they're completely afraid of him overshadowing Miles. But the third film sounds like it's a bit of a disaster because they keep pushing it back and keep reworking on it because I don't think they know how to fix the multiverse problem.
What happened in this? Because I haven't seen the second movie at all. What happened in the second movie?
Basically, they get taken to India, to a universal India, which imagine the smell. Jesus. Basically, and he realized I can't remember what it was, but if you interfere in a way and try to save someone, it collapses the universe.
Is
So
that
you
the
have to
incursions thing again? Did that come
the
into?
incursions.
Oh no.
And like the problem is Spider-Man 2099 basically goes, there's nothing you can do. We've tried everything. But Miles is like, well, I haven't, so I'll find a way. But they haven't really, I don't think they know how to fix the issue.
Interesting. Okay.
Because it does seem like it's kind of airtight. If you save someone, the universe dies.
Because didn't they use that movie to set up? Because I know like Nicolas Cage is having his own movie in this universe now.
Spider-Man Noir or whatever it is.
Oh,
yeah.
That could work. He was pretty cool.
If it's just a standalone, in his universe.
Okay.
Funny, he was just like a murderer or a peeping Tom.
Well,
creepy.
A lot of people consider Tom Holland's Spider-Man almost a different adaptation of Peter Parker's Spider-Man. Like it's not exactly like it was in the comics. So there's people who hate it because of that. But I always, we got the perfect Spider-Man story with Tobey. We already did it properly.
Yeah.
So I didn't mind Tom Holland's adaptation. Maybe we'll get a never version of it. And it's just, I feel like people are much more open to Spider-Man interpretations than they are for so many other superheroes.
Well, as you said, we've had good Spider-Man. It's like Superman. We've had nothing but shit since Christopher Reeve. That's why the fan base is psychotic, because they're going, you must love this one, even though it's shit.
They're desperate.
We've got Tobey Maguire. Even though the Andrew Garfield ones were bad, he's still a good Spider-Man. People still like him. And Tom Holland is pretty good. And even though he's kind of Spider-Boy in those movies, he's still got a future. He could still be the Spider-Man we all like.
Yeah.
So you have
they left room for it.
Yeah, you've got positivity around the previous versions, and you've got a potential growth into the Spider-Man that we know.
Yeah.
Whereas Superman, you've got Man of Steel, who's a fucking murderer, and you've got Superman, who's a fucking child.
You know how they did No Way Home with all the Peters? You could never pull off something like that with Superman and make it work. There's just not enough attachment.
Henry Cavill just flying into buildings, going Allahu Akbar. Look,
that's what I mean. It's fucking Henry blowing up shit and then fucking Corn Sweat crying. Like you can't have those two in the same film.
I do not understand how Henry Cavill's so revered by this like niche. I really don't. I think he's fucking charisma void. I think he's terrible as fucking Superman. Like, do you remember the line delivery of "Don't play games with me, General"? Like, it's terrible.
Okay, first of all,
terrible.
Cynic, you need to check yourself a little bit first. But second of all, I don't disagree with you. Henry Cavill is very much like he's an okay actor. I don't think he's been given the chance to really prove his worth. I think he did that with Geralt in the Witcher series, but then that series
a
is so
solid
fucking
character.
shit.
He didn't do
Yeah.
anything.
I feel like
Yeah.
the closeted love
Barely in it.
of Henry Cavill, just like everyone's
He's
love for
handsome.
him just proves that they're actually more closeted than Johnny Storm was in the FF movie.
I think it's
Like
what
he's
he,
fucking shit. He's terrible, and that's why he
terrible.
doesn't get roles because he's not good.
What do you
Yeah.
No,
think?
he
of the
doesn't
fan-
get roles because he has the wrong agent. Because the
Yeah.
Rock's wife is
That's
whatever.
the real problem. The Rock's wife is there. They have the same agent, so he just gets fucked over. And I think part of the reason people like him is he's one of us. He's a nerd. He's an actual fan
he's
of the characters that
charming.
he plays.
He's
And
a good person behind.
He
the
does have a
scenes, too.
charming aspect to him, and he has the look to play several different characters. How many people
Yeah.
can play Superman and James Bond and The Witcher?
Well, he
You know what
was
I mean?
good in Man from U.N.C.L.E. He did actually
Yep.
have some personality in that movie.
Oh, same with Mission Impossible Fallout. He was
Yeah.
great in there.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
good enough.
That was the only
think-
role I've enjoyed him in. Yeah,
I
You
might
should
watch
watch
that
Man
just
from
for
Uncle.
him.
He was really good in Man from
Yeah.
Uncle.
I think that's the problem. It's people know it's wasted potential.
Yes.
Is if it were a good script, he could be a good Superman. He could be a good James Bond. We're not gonna get that. He's gonna be sitting there as fucking Sydney Sweeney kicks ass, and he's gonna go, "Oh, please touch my leg," and he's gonna come in his pants. That's what we're gonna get.
Oh, I watched Man of Steel. I watched that piece of shit. Yes, I did. It was terrible.
Jesus, people get so sensitive over Superman. It's crazy.
He didn't
No,
like
it's
Henry
Henry
Cavill,
Cavill.
and you're dead. You've now
I
made
did the double
enemies for
whammy. I
life.
didn't. Yeah, I didn't like Man of
fucking did.
Steel, and I think Henry Cavill's shitty in the movie too.
Yeah, you're done. You're done. It's a wrap.
We're gonna Jon Snow you. We're gonna stab you going
Just for the watch.
BSUP.
For the watch.
This is
Oh,
almost
God.
as bad as Gooch last week saying he liked the Lilo and Stitch movie.
Oh, he got fucking. I feel bad. We just fucking like whipped up the knife and started shaking him. He got the Jon Snow last week because everyone just had such a personal attachment to like how wrong he was on that, and just because it's one of those situations. You can have your take on a movie. It's fine. but
She
if you
likes men who
literally-
aren't balding, Dave.
Henry Cavill isn't balding. Okay, hold
Oh
on.
yeah,
hold
his
on.
hair
Not
implants
anymore, he
worked.
isn't.
You're right. The motherfucker was balding. It's okay. The receding
You
hairline
sound jealous,
is
Cynic.
intense.
That's what it sounds. It sounds like you're jealous of Henry Cavill more than anything.
No, I love my
I'm-
hairline.
I've seen that.
Hold on to that shit, Cynic. Hold on tight.
I'm hanging on.
Superman fans, because they hate Man of Steel, are actually bringing up David Cornsweat's hairline to Henry Cavill's.
What do you mean? They're desperate. It's this shit in you didn't see this with The Dark Knight and the Batman. Everyone's just like they can coexist, but Superman, it has to be a shit slinging contest. I don't get it.
I think
He
because
does
they
have me in
know
the chest there.
whoever wins has this defines Superman. So if the James Gunn crowd wins, this is the Superman.
yeah.
If the Man of
Yeah.
Steel, I think that's what it is. It's kind of some weird fucking whoever sets the rule, whoever wins, this will be it for the next 10, 15 years.
But they want it like this is our Superman. You can't touch him, and it's good regardless of the quality that you're breaking down. I just don't like the defense of the character because it ignores so many aspects of the movie.
Well, 'cause they know
Like
it's shit.
anyone, yeah, but that's what I mean. It's gonna age terribly, man. All the people who are defending it now, there's not gonna be much a year
It's,
from now. I think so.
I find it very disappointing that when the Superman discourse happens, everyone's just like, is it Snyder or is it James Gunn? Just like, there's only one good Superman. Why do you guys keep leaving him out of the conversation?
because he makes them
disappointing.
look bad. It's like
Yeah, that
they're-
too.
It's like Christopher Reeve is the attractive friends, and they're the two fat friends arguing who's more prettier.
Oh my god,
you
that's a
stand
really
next-
good analogy. Holy
If you
shit.
stand next to Christopher Reeve, you both look hideous.
Yep.
So they both put Christopher Reeve away, and the two fat monkeys are fighting each other. The chunky monkey wobble slob, wherever you call them, they're just arguing with each other.
Ah, jeez. It's yeah, I don't know. And people forget about Tom Welling and all this because he's probably my favorite Clark Kent.
He is
Smallville's-
the forgotten Superman.
He is. It's probably some of my favorite superhero Superman content because I'm not a big fan of the character, but his Smallville is very
Save Martha.
I heard that one too when I read.
Yeah.
Martha.
Man, that acting.
Stupid.
I will
Yeah,
give it
those
to him
were-
though. The guy's handsome as fuck, but he's a terrible actor.
No.
Okay.
I just those were our thoughts on Avatar, were they?
I'm gonna.
Oh shit!
I saw that slide sneak onto
well,
the
that
screen.
you know what
I didn't even say the word.
that was for you only.
I know, and I chose to not interrupt the conversation
know,
about other
I
things.
watched-
I don't want
I-
to talk about this fucking movie.
I forgot that
I
was
noticed
even,
you
that's so
specifically.
funny.
You didn't say a thing about the movie. And I was like,
No.
oh, this was it. This was the right slide. Yeah.
That's so
Talking
fucking
about Henry
funny.
Cavill's hairline and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
So the
I
trailer's
legit
come out.
forgot.
Has anyone seen it?
What, for
It's
this
just
movie?
Yeah, it's just come out, the teaser.
No, I have not seen it. No. Is it bad?
It looks more the same as usual. Good CGI, kind of a fucking wish-wash story.
I'm sure.
Are we able to play it like we did last time? Like save it for the end or something?
You could do it for After Dark, maybe, or
Yeah,
Well, I was
After
saying
Dark
the
famously
end,
is the
so it's
one where we
easier to
actually cover stuff we're supposed to cover on this show. We'll do it there.
That's crazy. Well, I was saying the end, so it's easier for him to cut out if there's any demonetization issues.
isn't it after 2 hours they stop watching or some shit?
actually know.
They stop watching. The ominous they.
The police are coming for us just for discussing this.
Shh.
Well, for me, Platoon, we're fucked.
Oh no, it's Reaper has porn on. That's what it is. They're coming after him.
This is porn. This is the best I'm gonna get. Some fucking weird alien Catwoman. That's gonna have to do me. I'll get the lotion.
She's just gonna attach her tail to your tip. That's all that's gonna happen.
Creepy, man. I was never a big fan of the design for the Avatar creatures. They just
they were like humanoid, but clearly I don't know the way they move. It's the fucking legs. They're all legs.
Yeah.
It's like 70% legs.
Yeah,
It's
something
the
about their
creepy-
eyes.
It's the creepy hair tails which they use to rape animals because
Yeah.
they stick it inside another animal and it's like, yeah, I dominate you now.
We've all described what we don't like about the design, and it's like none of it was the same. The design's just trash.
It's just shit. That's so funny. Thorough. So many things wrong with it.
I thought at least the fire ones would be red, but they just seem to
They're
paint
just-
themselves red.
Yeah.
They've got red mouths, and I think the fire ones are teaming up with fucking what's his name, the bad guy from the first film who died and then somehow
I
came
don't
back to
know
life.
what his name is.
Nobody
He's
knows anything from
something
the
major something. I always just called him Chip Hazard because he looks like the guy from Small Soldiers. So
Yes.
Chip
Oh my god, you're right. You're right. That's what I do. It's exactly
yeah.
like him. I love Small Soldiers, man. That's such a fucking like forgotten classic. I wish it got more like respect and just praise overall.
You know what's funny? Cynic said we've got super chats 12 minutes ago.
12
I
minutes
said
ago.
do it. I said do it, and then fucking
It's
But
my
then
fault.
He also wrote, I know this will take an hour.
That's the private chat, Reaper. TGV Monster. Hi, everyone. It's my Friday, and it's good seeing you
It's good to see
Hello.
you too.
as well.
And I just saw your message, Vex. There isn't actually a full fleshed out scale, but the concept was described to me by a comedian. And I thought it was the fucking most hilarious thing I've ever seen. And the biggest factor is just having your checkpoints so you know who represents what number. And I just think Uma Thurman is a good tie-in for 11 just to be able to explain the entire concept. But I would love to flesh out the entire chart one day. Like, who is a 30? How do you even pick that?
Vex, you should come on, BSUP After Dark.
Are you coming tonight?
She gone.
Yeah, she's out.
She's
Fuck
passed out.
this. I'm out.
She's
Blacked
looking
out.
at Henry Cavill pictures.
We'll actually talk about movies there, which we were supposed to hear.
What about
TGV
that
Monster
Kirby dude?
gifted one little Platoon membership as well.
Thank you and welcome.
What about that Kirby video?
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. The smart review. FF was okay, but the MCU did it again.
Kind of. I mean, it wasn't the big problem with the movie. I mean, she did just randomly discover she was powerful enough to shove Galactus when she could have done it at any earlier point in the film, but it was already kind of broken by that point.
It was more weak writing than girl bosses, in my opinion.
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
just- yeah.
Big T says or asks, better movie from Friday, F4 or Happy Gilmore 2? I didn't watch Happy Gilmore 2 because all I heard was the negativity, and I know it's true because I fucking predicted it. I was like, all the negativity is exactly what I said the movie would be. It's an Adam Sandler sequel made for Netflix, so it's just a giant.
The
flaming
only
piece
thing
of
I
shit.
like is the behind the scenes stuff. Like Adam Sandler gave Shooter McGavin the golden jacket.
The gold jacket, yeah, that was cool.
Like I would just like it if it was just behind the scenes. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually want to watch the movie. I just want to watch them talk about it.
So
like
I guess
Shooter
the answer,
McGavin is being chased by a bunch of random people because for advertisements.
oh yeah, the Subway adverts.
It's
Yeah.
one thing I miss about physical media, like the behind the scenes and getting access to all that stuff. You just don't get that anymore.
Pie Guy asks, did you enjoy the 4-4 stick 4-4? Well enough.
All around. I think overall, just missed opportunity was basically the summary.
Yeah.
I think as Platoon said earlier, you had Superman just before this, which made me think better of it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. If Superman didn't exist, would we be roasting this movie right now? I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Amy said I liked it because I have baby brain right now, so I'm like, oh, look, they're parents. That's so fucking. No.
It
sounds like you're ovulating and not her.
Yeah, I know.
You're the one getting pregnant.
Yeah.
I think Superman took me 2 or 3 sittings to get through because after the fucking harem thing, I just turned it off. I'm like, this is fucking stupid. But with this, I watched it in one sitting, which is just that alone means it's way better for me. Just the fact that it kept my attention.
Wayne Brock says, oh my God, I got to hear Intelligent Snark live. Definitely worth a $10 bill. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. Hope
I
all
don't
the
think that-
tits talk was worth it.
Yep.
Absolutely talking shit. But if you consider this Intelligent Snark, then
Yeah, I
sure.
think the snark was there. I don't know about the intelligence, but Type Zero says someone somehow managed to get 25% character for all members of the F4, and yet another superhero movie using black holes to defeat villains.
Yep.
Essentially,
That's fair,
Well-
yeah. I mean,
They trap her.
the ending of F4 was just the ending of Avengers again. Like the big hero has to push the device through the fucking portal and then close the portal, and then they die and everyone surrounds them, but they come back to life.
that's a good point. It's very
a shitty version of that.
Right, it's just a shitty
Everything with that
version
was all
of
constructed.
Avengers.
Because
Yeah.
even when she was on the ground, I was just like, "Fucking get up!" Like I don't believe you're dead for a second.
Right,
Get up.
just get up.
Get
Just get it
up.
over with.
Wasting my time. Get a dragon to sun.
Who was John Malkovich supposed to be?
Red
Do we know?
something or other. I
Nope,
can't remember
that's
the
only-
one name.
What character is that? Like, is he a villain or?
He's a villain.
Gotcha. Oh, so he might have just had a cameo like Mole Man then.
But then he's quite a big actor to be given a cameo like
Red
that.
Ghost, says Danny. Got it.
Yeah, he's Red Ghost, and I think he was supposed to go, oh, he's coming, dum 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 kind of thing.
Mm.
He's coming, I'm coming. He does that.
I'm gonna
I'm
come.
I'll cover everything in ectoplasm.
What did we say was the best part of the movie? Like in terms of as a whole? If you were to
First
pick one?
act.
Well, no, that's an easy pick, but an actual like something that's included throughout the entire movie. What would be the best thing in the movie?
The family aspect, I think, is the best part of the entire
Yeah,
movie.
but the family aspect specifically between Reed, Sue, and them having a kid. Like, because
Yeah.
I honestly didn't, like you guys pointed out, like Sue and Johnny,
Nothing.
you barely believe that they're brother and sister.
You could forget
the
that they're
thing
sisters.
is non-existent. He
He does have that one
non-existent.
scene with Reed where he kind of like you hint to their history.
Yeah, one
But
scene.
again,
yeah,
all of it, it's all so undercooked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, strangely enough, Vanessa Kirby and Pedro Pascal have more chemistry on the press tour for Fantastic Four
Indeed.
than they do in this movie, which
Yeah.
I thought was really odd.
They
not
really have
exciting.
gotten to grope each other since.
I saw
Yeah.
a meme today with the it's true, man. Like anxiety with that chick, he's all over. They're totally fucking. But then you have Bella Ramsey and she's like 2 feet apart. So it's
Hold on.
completely-
To
Do
be
you think he's
fair-
fucking Kirby because she's pregnant? And he's like, what? You can't get pregnant again?
Again.
He doesn't get anxiety with Bella Ramsey because he fucking groomed her on the set of The Last of Us instead. So
Oh, jeez.
Jesus.
there you go.
Well, they were both in Game of Thrones, so who knows how far that relationship goes back. A lot of people forget that. But that's when she was actually cool. It's crazy. Everyone loved her in Game of Thrones, and everyone fucking despises her in The Last of Us. I've never seen a situation like this.
Because it's not Ellie, first of all, and B,
No.
she doesn't even look like the character. It's just everything about it is wrong. That's why people hate her. And what did she play in Game of Thrones? I still haven't watched Game of Thrones.
She was a kid, but she was the leader of a house because her older brother, who should have been the leader, was banished. So she was basically the leader of a house, but she was a child. But it
more represented how Jon Snow was desperate because the only houses that would give him soldiers was this tiny child, and she only gave him like 5 soldiers.
No, it was like 30, like
it was like nothing.
30 soldiers or some stupid retarded number. But the fact that anyone was willing to help at all. The point is, everyone adored her in that scene, and it's the polar opposite here. It's just,
well, you've got a horrible actress playing a horrible character. I mean,
I was also going to say, retarded people are nice when they're, cute little kids, but when they grow up, it's.
Well, she eventually became cringe when they did the fucking girl boss thing of her fighting the giant. That was stupid as hell. But her initial scene was compelling enough for them to bring her back. She wasn't supposed to have more than one scene.
But she's ugly. That's another thing as well.
Like her being ugly worked there.
But you've got like hair in a lesbian scene, and it's like, Jesus Christ, it's like looking at Rocky Dennis trying to get it up.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Would rather see that than a Bella Ramsey sex scene.
Disgusting. TGB Monster says Reed's powers were underused. The One Piece showed the full might of those powers.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even like One Piece, but Luffy is way better than Reed. Like, use your powers, bro. What are you doing?
I wouldn't have minded it if they kept them muted for a reason, because they wanted his intelligence to be the strongest aspect of his character. But the problem is he wasn't really that intelligent, so it was just like, oh, I guess he can only stretch a very short way.
And then it's that screaming where he's going, "Oh!"
I was fucking cackling. Like this, there's no way I'm going to take this seriously. Galactus just squeezing him like a little toy.
I wanted Galactus to just like ping him off like an elastic band, and he just flies into the sun.
Put the rubber band around your finger like a gun, and just shoot
could
him.
have too. He threw the thing into space. Johnny had to save him.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
They do that clobbering. Sorry, go on.
Sorry. No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Well, they set up that clobbering time joke for ages, and it goes nowhere.
Nowhere.
Yeah.
He didn't even do anything with it. He didn't even clobber him. He barely tinged him.
Yeah,
that should have been the moment that actually like hit him into the thing. It should have been
the last punch.
Yeah. Because what you said, Reaper, like that, it's simple, but it's 100,000% they should have done that. It's really retarded not to have even the little one of my favorite underrated moments in Civil War is when Tony is forced to fight the Winter Soldier when he has like one tiny piece of his Iron Man tech. He's got like one glove, and all of them, the teamwork in that scene is fantastic. He disarms him, sets up the fight for Black Widow, who stalls for Black Panther to come in and fight. And then it's the way it flows is so fucking fantastic. And it's such a tiny scene. The fact that they didn't even, that should have been the forefront of this battle, showcasing that individually their powers are incredible, but together they're almost unstoppable. But they did nothing instead.
Pie Guy, if they made 3 more like this quality-wise, would things be better? This needed a longer runtime for character growth and a couple of redrafts. Yeah, it did.
The answer to the first half is like, somehow yes. But that's the scary thing. It's like it has a good act in it, and that if like 3 movies in a row like that would be significantly better than the current superhero meta.
There's good things to say about it. You can't say that about a lot of the other ones. So yeah, begrudgingly, yes.
Yep.
I disagree with it needed to be longer. I think if you just swap out some things, like, Ben doesn't have to have this whole side story with Natasha Lyonne. We don't need to see like that scene between Johnny and Reed where he's like going over the suits. That could have been better developed. Like, there's just little things that could be changed or removed to like improve the characterization and also just like relationships. Because like even thinking to like Avengers again, because that's just kind of like the gold standard in my mind. But it's like every character in that movie, regardless of whether you had seen the previous ones leading up, they all had a specific role, they had a specific purpose, and they had a specific character. I think the only exception is Thor, because the MCU has never known what to do with Thor, right? But you still got an idea of who everyone was and what they could do. You didn't get that here at all.
You can watch Avengers and have a better understanding for their dynamic just from that film alone. And if you watch the other movies, you get bonus, but you don't have to in order to understand it. This movie is acting like Avengers, but as if each of them had their own movie for us to be able to understand the dynamics.
Right.
So you don't have to put it here. I completely agree with that take. It didn't need to be longer because in terms of pacing, I think this time frame was all right, but I feel like there's like 30 minutes of this movie that's a waste of time in terms of the dialogue or things that were achieved. Just reshuffle what you have here with this same cast, and I genuinely think this movie could have been great, not just good. If they
agreed.
Yeah.
Does Silver Surfer have silver turds?
How do you go from that? How the fuck do you go from what we were just talking about to that?
Yeah, can she just make silver and sell it?
Just shitting out silver turds. These are the hard, real questions.
Type Zero says, but Platoon, Sue told you her backstory. Be sad.
Why wasn't Johnny then more sympathized for? Because he has the same fucking sad backstory.
But she's a woman.
Yeah. Big T, what will y'all be watching this Friday? Eyes of Wakanda or Neeson's Naked Gun? Also, what's y'all's favorite Naked Gun, including Police Squad show? I
haven't seen any Naked Guns, but I think Eyes of Wakanda might be very funny, so I might check it out.
My mom loved Naked Gun, and like she's a harsh critic, so I'll go based off that alone and probably check out the OGs. But I never really watched them. They were always on when I was a kid. My parents would see them.
Istaphobo says the FF are air, earth, and water. If they viewed Reed's powers as water rather than rubber, they could have much cooler effects other than swinging. Yeah, I think in the Ultimate Universe, they viewed it more as a liquid, like in the comic books, and that was pretty cool.
I don't want Pedro Pascal's fluids all over my movie.
Yeah. Well, that's the question. How many had Pedro fatigue during this? Because the first 20 minutes, I was like, what are you doing here, dude?
I don't consume Pedro Pascal media, so I don't.
Yeah, actually, he's just kind of good in the movie. He is a good actor. It's just that he's in lots of shit, and lots of the characters he's given are bad.
He won me over, but the first 20 minutes, I was initially like, whoa. That's just Pedro Pascal cosplaying as fucking Reed Richards. It felt strange, but then he kind of made it his own after a while.
Yeah. Toivo says, I just rewatched Platoon's 14-hour Acolyte compilation, and I have to say that we were eating so well back then. That show and everything about it is pure hilarity. I want more Mog.
Those were indeed nice, fun, good times. I mean, I had to take up smoking again to get through it, but it was great fun.
That's one series that I regret not making more videos on. There's so much to be said about the Acolyte. It's crazy.
Isn't it getting a season 2?
No. Like every now and then there'll be some news articles that come out say, "Oh, the Acolyte is back next month. Fans are thrilled." And then you look at it and it's like, "Oh, it's a comic book or something." Okay.
Which one got renewed for a second season?
Ahsoka.
Not Andor. Ahsoka. There we go. I confused them. My bad.
That's coming up next year,
that show
I believe.
Sucked, man.
It's Dave Filoni because he's going to be in charge of Lucasfilm. So basically, his pet projects get A-OK'd.
And this was the problem because Andor left so many of its really good characters alive. So Dave Filoni can just pilfer them and turn them into retards, which is what he did with Mon Mothma already.
Oh, he's totally going to, because he's going, you like that? Well, how about Mon Mothma's eating shit like a human centipede?
What do you think of the Obi-Wan season 2 rumors? I can't believe that's popping back up.
Well, they're desperate, aren't they? So I could see it happening.
But did it even do good? Like, I don't even remember it being successful.
I don't think it did. It's known to be probably the most controversial because it was so shit and had the best potential. So I don't know.
Well, each Star Wars show seems to do worse than the last. Because Ahsoka did worse than Kenobi, but Kenobi did worse than what was it, Andor season 1?
Boba Fett.
And Boba Fett did worse than Mandalorian.
People forget Boba Fett even exists. Like, that was just this weird little moment that happened.
Half the show is the Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah.
It's just pathetic. It fucked off on another show because even the writers forgot what they were writing.
They hijacked his show. And he's gone for 3 episodes. He literally has a cameo in one of Mando's episodes, but he doesn't say anything. He's just standing there. He doesn't say anything for 3 episodes of his own show. It's fucking pathetic. And then what they did to Boba Fett needs to be studied. Like, it's insane.
You having fun
You
there,
think
Cynic?
Galactus is a metaphor for Pedro's dad?
Thank you. Who said
Type
the
Zero
Type
is 199.
Zero?
Hello, Type Zero. Hello.
He stole women's eggs. Galactus wants a woman's baby. Maybe the SS, maybe
Storm.
Sue Storm is the nurse that helped. Yeah,
I think SS is Silver Surfer.
yeah.
Oh, is it?
It could
Oh, it
also
could be
be
both.
that.
It could be both, yeah.
Fresh RC Jedi Brooks, you plan on doing a scene comparison for First Steps with 2005 and 7 and Fantastic? Reaper, where's that Nocturne season 2 review?
Where all my other reviews are in the
Yeah.
fucking nearly finished. Well, I've done half of that, but I dropped it for Superman. But then I've dropped Superman for Fantastic Four.
Oh, jeez. See, I knew it was gonna. You warned us, but
I will.
you gotta
yeah.
commit. As for me,
Superman's almost finished.
as
But
for
I'll
me,
do
I'm
Fantastic
still.
Four first.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. I didn't wanna interrupt.
Sorry, go on. You finish.
No, my bad. I was saying, as for me, I'm still processing this movie. I'm not even sure what I want to say about it, if I want to say anything about it. I'm making a scene comparison on Afterbirth because I got an idea just randomly. It's fucking stupid ass movie. It's so nothing, but I'm gonna get that done and possibly making something on this, but I need to think about it more. I don't hate this movie. I really think it could have been a great movie. And something along the lines of that. Maybe something will click for it, but as of right now, I'm not sure.
You could do a scene comparison between this and an Avengers movie just to show how to do chemistry better, in all honesty.
Dude, you could do the ending because they're basically the same.
I know there's a lot of things, but that's the beauty of it. Trying to see which things line up, watch the scenes over and over again, and it usually clicks then.
Big T asks, who had the best heroic sacrifice, not just in comic book movies?
Tony Stark. Oh no, not just in comic book movies. There must be.
Hmm.
Vader. Gollum.
Gollum. Yeah.
Yeah, Vader's a good pick. Vader's a very
That's
good
the
pick.
one.
Boromir.
Boromir.
Yes.
Easy.
Piccolo. From Dragon Ball. The
I'm
first
going to go to anime. It's Hange from Attack on Titan.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Fantastic.
But does it mean anything because he fucking destroyed the world?
Shut up! Shut up, lad!
Shit. Fucking ending.
No, honestly, there's some crappy
You know
welding
what?
going on in that scene.
Hold
but
on,
other than that,
Jedi. Erwin had a better one than Hanj.
Erwin. Easily.
Erwin,
Yeah.
Well, he failed technically. He fails because Levi doesn't finish the
the
job.
fucking basement. He's traumatized, man. He's fucked up.
But, like-
honestly, if you conclude the dynamic in terms of the arguing of who we're gonna bring back, then I will pick Levi because I am like, I can't believe you guys are gonna write this in a way where I will believe this. To make me believe that Levi would let them do what they did takes quality writing. And yeah, I changed my vote. Erwin, you guys are right.
Okay.
We've been corrected. The ending
terrible.
of that war was actually good.
Well, I haven't seen it, but the all caps is very convincing. So I'll take it for you.
That ending isn't bad.
It's terrible. It's awful.
You know,
because
The
They
ending,
let him-
I don't,
Wait, go on.
I hated it when I first watched it, but like as I've rewatched, I'm like, I get it, I understand it, I just still don't like it. Like,
No,
I personally don't
You've
like it.
become numb. It's like Game of Thrones. We just don't care anymore.
It's
It's
a
like
show. It's a
shit.
show that had fucking the biggest balls and the most fantastic twist, and they always were willing to be gritty and just commit to every aspect of the show.
Right.
But then it got soft at the worst possible time to get soft.
That's
happened
yeah,
to a
that's
lot of
the
guys.
issue I have with it. It's like this could have been a really great arc of someone who just wants to end humanity, and then you turn him into a wumbling fucking puss.
I'm gonna start throwing shit. Fucking
Sorry.
God damn it! Season 4 Aaron is like so awesome. I was watching it this weekend with my friend, trying to get a recap because I feel the same way, Vex. Like I want to watch it again until it's good. I want it to be good, but
I was so on board with you just wanting to kill
Yeah.
everyone on Earth until that.
Yeah, fucking hell. Reaper, I don't
cried.
agree with Reaper because he's taking it to an extreme,
Fucking
but
hate it.
I have to meet halfway of like from a character perspective. Why? You had it all. You had it all.
It doesn't make sense
It's like
how
Platoon,
he
you just got
got
at
to that.
Vader. Like, imagine
When-
Vader doing something that's completely out of character during his final moments with Luke. Like one line that just doesn't sit. Like, why would you say that? It was perfect. You had it all. That type
But we
of thing.
never find out. But the problem is, every flashback we get to explain why Eren is the way he is in season 4 does the exact opposite.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's why.
yes!
That's what makes it even worse.
It's
Yep.
so okay. We need to move on to the subject because I have no idea what we're talking about. But I agree completely. We gotta continue this eventually. You had it all. Why'd you fuck with it?
You blew it.
You
It's like
blew
a fucking Planet of the Apes. Damn you all the hell.
All right, bring him on, Cynic. Let's get him on.
Intent matters.
We do have a
€5.
whole other show where you can discuss anything you want.
I'm
No,
good.
that
I'm
show-
gonna let
dumb
you do
shit.
this.
I
That
thought they
show's going to be
switched
the
today.
serious one.
Intent matters. I would have liked to see how the Fantastic Four solved all the conflicts in the Middle East and fixed thousands of years of religious nuttery.
I thought
If
it was just
we-
like this is an alternate universe where everything is. It's like I think Platoon said earlier. It's just a utopian version of Earth.
Yeah, it's
That's
like a
all
world
it
where
is.
like Islam just never existed, so these problems just don't exist to be solved.
Or Reed Richards goes there and goes, "Your religion's a lie."
Oh no, Sue Storm would do it because everyone loves her, and that's why they say yes.
Oh,
So she
yeah.
just turns up and says, "No, it's not. No, you Christians stop your crusading, and you Muslims stop blowing people up. Just be sensible." And
And-
everyone says, "Okay then."
And the small hats.
He says it with that exact infliction too, because that's
Dragon Balls D finally got diagnosed with autism. Now, I now have carte blanche to use the R word, gay Jewishism. If only that family tree DNA test found some African, I could use the Fantastic Four of slurs.
Is your family tree just a straight line? Maybe that's why you've got all the isms.
Fresh RC Reed's first solution was what Patrick Starr proposed in an episode of SpongeBob. We should take Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else.
Oh my god.
But that's
Was it-
smarter. That's a city
Yeah,
in the
Yeah, it's not
ocean.
quite teleporting the Earth. And you're only practicing
Within a
eggs.
2% margin of error of the
Yeah,
habitable zone.
why did they add that line? Just remove that line.
Yeah,
It
just
wasn't
don't
a
say
show.
that.
It's like,
Wasn't
oh, well,
there-
I'm not completely godlike. There is a small error, but it's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
Okay.
and when you get there, the sun better be the exact same size as our sun.
The moon.
You're going to be rotating the exact same speed, so you don't age
Oh.
rapidly. And yeah, sure.
You need Jupiter. Jupiter pulls a lot of asteroids out. Though it's fucking.
Mhm.
Uh,
JRL 1436. I was just thinking about this. Would FF have benefited from the use of Infinity Stones? I know that can add a lot, but it might help with power scales.
I don't really know how you'd have. I mean,
we
what would
just
they
use
already
one-
have them?
The space stone. You could just find the one space stone and like
Oh,
the
I
Tesseract.
gotcha. Yeah, because like they would exist in this universe
Yeah,
still.
It would explain why
and-
she's so powerful. I'd prefer that.
And
for
yeah,
Sue.
and like the space stone could actually be used to do something as amazing and powerful as that. I guess you could have included that. The problem you then have is that if you do integrate the Fantastic Four universe with the mainline MCU, you've got the Infinity Stones back again. So
Mm.
like, it would
They
be.
only work in your universe because Loki has a drawer of them that
Oh,
don't
he
work.
does, yeah. They're just paperweights. That's a
So-
fantastic little.
Fucking
But then
hate that scene.
wouldn't Galactus feed on the Infinity Stone for limitless energy? You just go, yeah, here's a stone.
But is that what he does? I still don't know. Like, if it's resources he's after, or if he just likes killing planets.
Well, it's
No,
he
it's-
needs energy.
yeah. He's hungry. That's it.
So would the Infinity Stone just feed him like a sandwich that replenishes itself? He just bites it and he goes, "Oh, there's
He
more
just-
sandwich."
Needs to get his hands on one.
That could have been a
Um,
way to like maybe offer him up the stone for the child. I don't know.
M8566 gifted 5 little platoon memberships
Thank you and welcome.
and also says congrats on 75 episodes of B-supping.
Oh shit, is that
Holy
where we
shit.
are?
And we are at 75.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
look, we'll have to plan 100 at some point.
At some point. 25. Let's see if we can only miss like a few weeks because of stupid fucking reasons. Fallhard says, thanks for the Witherspoon recommendation earlier this month. The beer was cheap, the tables were sticky, food was average, and the atmosphere was awesome. If you're in Colorado ever, I owe you recommendations.
That's a Weatherspoons, all right.
That is, yep. That's a perfect explanation.
What's the best movie and show from Phase 4 and 5? Asks Big T.
I don't. The phases. I
Yeah,
can't
see
keep
what the
track of the
phases
phases
are.
at all.
4 was definitely No Way Home is the only one, and 5 was probably Fantastic Four.
And
Yeah.
for shows,
I mean,
No,
Moon Knight gets. I've not seen it, so it's automatically higher up my list than anything else.
I thought we were in phase 6.
We are now, but
We
that's
are
just
now.
like just started.
Oh,
yeah,
right,
no, but-
right,
but
yeah,
no, but
so
that's the point. Yeah,
5.
F4 was maybe even Thunderbolts. Then would be the best movie in Phase 5, just because
Deadpool
it's
and
got
Wolverine, I'd
kind
say.
of characters.
default.
Yeah, but Deadpool Wolverine is completely broken, and it doesn't make sense. And
It's fun.
Oh,
Which did you enjoy more, this or Thunderbolts?
Ooh,
I think I enjoyed this more.
yeah,
This.
I
I think.
so.
This? Okay.
Yeah.
I like Bob, but then he had no character arc. He just reset by the end of the movie.
Yeah, and that's very broken.
Oh yeah, he has all the powers. He's basically Gaia.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Hmm.
We don't need any more of those.
At least he had a limitation, which is if he becomes Sentry, the void comes out. So at least you have a reason for him to be useless.
You do, and you could make some use of that.
But they
Get My
won't.
Cha says, I'm at the point where even if a superhero movie is good, I won't watch it. It's way past time for these to go the way of biblical epics and westerns.
I don't know. People like superheroes their entire life. You know what I mean? Like I've been an X-Men fan since I was a child, and if they release a great X-Men movie, I'll be down. I'm not just gonna ignore it because it's superhero stuff. It always comes down to quality.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to westerns and epics, if you give me a really good epic or a really good western, I don't care if the genre is tired out. I'll still watch it. Yeah.
Would you complain about something on par with the quality of Lord of the Rings again, as far as an epic? I think
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
We're not
I don't think
getting
we
that.
will ever get a trilogy like Lord of the Rings in our lifetimes. I don't think it's
No,
possible.
probably
Right.
not,
But if we
but
do,
I
I'll
think
be
it-
fucking there.
yeah.
I'll be super thankful. Be praising
Yep.
it.
We got Toy Story. That was a good trilogy.
Pretty solid.
There's no fourth film.
I've only heard bad things about the fourth one. Yeah.
Big T asks, who's the smartest moron from the multiverse saga?
Well, apparently Reed Richards, like
Maybe.
I don't
they
know.
say he is, but from what we've seen, he's a fucking moron.
Is
Would
an
it be
Ironheart a
Riri?
moron?
Yeah, Riri Williams would be the smartest moron.
But she's a fucking idiot though. Like
Exactly.
they keep telling us she's smart.
That's why she's perfect for it.
They
Yeah.
tell us
Right
she's
up-
smart, but
right
they
up
don't
her alley.
do anything. Like there's no is there any actual genius characters in the MCU that show their genius rather than just fucking constantly tell us about it?
Tony
Was
Stark.
Iron Man.
No, I mean not the well-written ones. I'm talking about the new era crap. Come on, I'm talking about the shit boxes, the new
Yeah.
era stuff.
It is funny to think like Drax is actually more intelligent than most of the people they tell us are clever. It's
Yeah.
just like, if
Oh,
you
he
tell me
is?
that this character is a genius, he's probably dumb as shit.
It's fucking terrible, man. Enough with it all. It's just I don't know. Shuri in Black Panther was one of the best parts of the movie for me. I really liked her as a little sister, and like I wish they explained how someone so young was that intelligent, had so much experience and access to all this tech. But still, it was just way better than what they did with Riri and most of the other ones.
But the vibranium balls, she just spins a bunch of vibranium around you and heals. Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is that? It's basically
dumb.
magic.
Yeah. But even in Black Panther, they accounted for certain things to not have it just get out of control. Like Killmonger burning the plants down is one of the smartest things that happens in that whole movie. Because if you could just hand out the Wakanda juice, then what the fuck's the point? Everyone
But then
could
in
just
Black
be...
Panther 2, Shuri's got Wakanda powers.
Oh yeah, then they fuck it up and remake it in Wakanda. Yeah, you're right. They screwed that up in the
It's a
second one.
vibranium plant. So even the plants, everything is vibranium.
It's just vibranium brain. That's all she does. It's just stupid.
Big T says, Celeste O'Connor, the other forgettable chick from Madam Web, hasn't done anything since Frozen Empire. They came out a month apart.
That's what I was saying. Dakota, Sweetie, and the Mexican chick all, well, not so much Dakota, but those two have found a way to like manage their career. The black chick, she just fell off a cliff. I haven't seen her in
Well,
anything.
she's the least attractive.
Yeah, she was the least attractive.
Yeah, they had to sacrifice someone, and she was the one.
Wisnilly P says Patrice O'Neal's Elephant in the Room is a must-watch.
If anyone doesn't know who that is, he's one of the best comics of all time. He's passed away sadly, but his legacy is set in terms of he is one of the people. If I could resurrect someone to be a part of this crazy cancel culture, the world needs Patrice O'Neal now to talk about all this woke madness. He would have been perfect to break all this shit down. There's videos of him from the 90s arguing activists, discussing like whether or not you can use a rape joke or anything like that, just basically discussing the merits of comedy, and watching him work the room and make everyone around her laugh and make her make a fool out of herself is just fantastic. Anyone should watch that. It's hilarious. He's so good.
Big T also says, Reaper, don't forget, if a girl is between a 9 and 10 hot and below 4 crazy, they're a dude.
That's the hot crazy Matrix video. He goes, I knew a girl, she's at least a 3 crazy. And he goes, that's a dude, you're dating a tranny.
Thomas Aaron says, does cooking and cleaning raise a woman's status on the list?
Yes. That's one of the best ways to get a ring. Men like sex, love sex, even need it at times, but we literally need food to function. We need it. We can go a week without sex, we'll be fine. But food, shit,
I will die without sustenance.
We can feed ourselves, but turning your head and seeing a plate that's prepared for you with love is one of the best things you can do for your man as a woman.
Just saying, cooking is how I got engaged in 2 weeks.
There you go. There you go.
I want a soulless sandwich thrown at me with disdain.
Paul Connolly says, something that confused me about the Fantastic Four's world was, does it take place in the actual 60s? Call me a nerd, but it was very distracting seeing Brookfield Place in the trailer when it wasn't built till the 80s.
I don't think it does, right? Yeah, it's retro-futuristic, so it's like it's similar to Fallout in the sense that technology diverges at a particular point, that being the 60s, and then develops over uncounted years after that. So I don't know how many years have passed, and it's slightly confusing because the post-credit scene says, was it 4 years later for post-credits, which is supposed to help you, but then Thunderbolt says 14 months. So I still don't know where in time relative to each other they are.
I don't think they do.
It's an alternate Earth, so I didn't think about it that hard. I could forgive the whole aesthetic or whatever.
I liked the aesthetic was generally quite good. They could have done a bit more with it, if anything.
Again, my child says, just be gay with hot, hairy, ginger bear, wolf type dudes that you can dock with. Okay. Like my boyfriend. You don't need women. Also, good luck, Vex.
Thank you.
Jeremy Soden tapping out, uncrushed. Much fun, you loons.
Thank
this
you.
episode's really gone off the rails.
It went off the fucking rails. Polonius Hatch says, stay classy, peace up. I wonder when these super chats came in.
Yeah. There is no hope for me, son.
Sleepy Arcane Doggo, Beast Up After Dark started early and loving it. Big T back again. Which unmade SSU movie would you want to see? Night Watch by Cheo Handari. Why can't I?
We know him. He's been on our show.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Hey, Cheo, what up?
Jackpot, Olivia Wilde's Spider Woman, Bad Bunny's El Muerto, or Donald Glover's Hypno Hustler.
I've heard of none of these.
That's just a bunch of words. I don't understand any of them.
What's
an SSU movie?
I want to see his movie.
Yeah, why not? He's a nice guy.
Yeah. He follows me on the Twitters.
Okay. I just can't. You were the only. That was actually your Reaper. You're the only one who wasn't here for that. Vex, you were here when.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's. What...
Oh, I was excluded, was I?
No. This was the Madam Web stream. I think it was my first time on BSUP.
I see how it is.
What a first! What a
first time! Yeah,
just
Madam
randomly. Lofty Pixels getting into a Twitter argument with a Hollywood guy who ends up coming on the stream.
Yep.
That was fun.
I miss Lofty. Oh,
that was hilarious.
Is he dead?
Nah, he just
no.
He stepped away from social media and the internet altogether, and he was working on his book last we heard, and that was 2 years ago now.
Yeah,
really.
It sounded really like he was a crazy guy who was arguing with people and then took his life. That's what it sounded like.
It was not that intense. No.
Well, from my memory, is he was bickering online with the dude, but then when they came on, they were both super civil, and he didn't really. He
Well,
wasn't.
it took a bit
you know?
of like joke because like it was more just a case of everyone was shouting for a bit, and then it was like then it settled down, and we managed to have a little chat, which was nice.
I definitely set him off a little bit.
It was way better than that canon discussion you had with him, Platoon.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that was Lofty, right?
That was lofty, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard the myths. I actually would have liked to see that, but
I want to
The
call him
screen's still up.
sometime. And, like sometimes I just think about Lofty and wonder what the hell he's up to.
Yeah.
You have to
Sounds
do the
kind of
good cop, bad cop sometimes. Like, it's just like, it's your channel, so I know you weren't willing to be as direct. I'm like, I just got here. I'm going to be the one who's like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, maybe these guys will never invite me on ever again, but like, I just couldn't listen to him spin for days, and everyone was just being so polite. I'm just like, what the fuck are you even saying? Because he was a really nice guy, but I completely disagree with his philosophy behind it. And it
Yes.
just felt like he was ignoring some of the counters we were providing him that just, made a lot of sense.
Yep, you really did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I butcher your name, sir. Kalechi Oki. DC Superman fans tend to be more passionate, always has been. It's a shame we haven't seen an actual portrayal of the character since the 78 movies.
I think
Vex,
that's
describe
that's
what
why.
happened.
Sorry,
Vex, what happened on the Man of Steel at NIATS? You were in the chat. You could describe that.
Bro, when you talk Menace, all I think is B.A. Turner. That is the gold standard of DC
Delusional
fans.
right there.
Yeah, there you
Do you remember
go.
the big fight on NIATS
Holy.
channel over Man of Steel, though?
Oh, I do remember.
Yeah.
I
most-
shan't
there was a
speak of
fight
it.
on that
Subject.
channel?
Fucking
Yeah.
Warzone. I had like 2 people apologizing me on Twitter, like, sorry for not last night. I was like, dude, it's fucking nerd fight. It's fine, man. Like, everyone's
There was one person that was putting out some pretty like definitive and somewhat insulting statements because they weren't happy with the Man of Steel criticism, and it was an interesting stream on Niet's channel. The stream is still up. So
How bad was the criticism? Was it like, I'll kill your dog?
Well,
or
if it's
something?
public, can you just
Definitely
say
a
who it
nerd
is?
I don't want to drag names through the mud.
Oh, okay, fair. All right.
yeah.
Except for B.A. Turner.
Sorry.
B.A. Turner, I'll drag through the mud happily.
Yeah, but he was a dick. So
Yeah.
Kalechi Oki also says Superman has been portrayed better in TV than film.
Smallville.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not surprising.
Yeah.
Ian Silkport gifted 10 little platoon memberships.
welcome everyone.
M8566. Guys, we have 7 shows and a Spider-Man movie before Doomsday. Are you excited?
Wait, we do
7
7 shows?
7 shows?
7.
Hold on, let's
What are
see.
they?
Oh,
Wonder Man.
Wonder Man.
Eyes of Wakanda.
Does that count?
I can't laugh anytime someone says that. Like,
Technically,
Eyes of Wakanda. Oh, God.
Okay,
It's
so
like
we
when
have
someone says like "What if" is a Marvel show. It's like, I don't care. So
Here's-
yeah.
here's what we got coming up before Doomsday, I guess. So we have Eyes of Wakanda, Marvel Zombies, Wonder Man, another season of Daredevil Born Again,
oh,
Vision Quest, and Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Jesus. Oh, so this is remember this is the era of quality over quantity from Marvel. That's what Mr. Feige said.
Oh, Feige.
What a liar.
Is this true here? I'm seeing in the chat.
No.
No.
It's
He's
just on
just been-
hiatus.
He's been
Oh,
for
sorry.
like the last 2
I had
years. or
no
something like that.
idea. I was like, Jesus Christ. I just saw it pop
I
up.
I watched both EFAPs where Jay came on, like from the very, very beginning. And I've always liked him a lot because I respect the fact that he went from getting roasted on EFAP to becoming like a good friend of theirs and like a real regular. And he's a funny dude. And
Makes
he's like-
excellent
yeah.
videos.
Yeah, he's makes really, really good videos. And it's a shame. He's one of the few people that I haven't gotten able to meet as I've become online with YouTube now. He's a cool guy to meet. I do like Jay a lot. If you're out there, Jay, we miss you.
James Bursey says, Platoon, you should watch Coriolanus.
I know it's funny name. It's Coriolanus, but everyone always says Coriolanus because
I
why
had
wouldn't you?
to. Yeah. And Macbeth, recharge your appreciation for Kino. Also, Curious of Defiance 2013 show. Sci-Fi channel schlock, but curiously interesting characterization and writing.
Oh, might check those out. I'm always like skeptical of Shakespeare on TV or movies though, but I had to like traumatic first memories of that Leonardo DiCaprio one, which was just fucking awful.
You know what? The 2015 Macbeth, because that has Michael Fassbender as Macbeth, it was really good and very faithful to the play. So I do recommend that.
Does he get wasted in that too? Because I feel like that's all that dude does.
There's a lot of drinking in it, yes, but it is a genuinely
no. I mean, wasted in terms of his performance. I think he's like one of the best actors. That
no. He actually no. He is done justice. Like more people should watch that version of Macbeth, if any.
Okay.
I saw the Denzel Washington one, which is actually fine. It's just a bit weird how you've got a bunch of like black Americans going in Scotland, the king. I'm going, no. Like the casting is terrible, but apart from that, it's actually not too bad.
Lion Mane Man, superhero movies are dead.
No, there's like 4 of them this year. What are we talking about, man?
There was 2 just this month.
Just watched one. They're kind of shit, but they're definitely not dead.
Our good friend Capital O Opinions, though, on Twitter said something today that was really interesting. He pointed out that over 50% of the movies of the top 10 movies of the year haven't even actually made money.
Wow.
Damn.
That's interesting.
Well, that's like everything. Everything's just been subsidized. Like fucking the Women's Football League in the UK has lost so much money, and they keep going, we want to be paid more.
It's like the WNBA. Like,
the WNBA.
They've never made
it's basically the same thing, right? Pay us what you owe us, or whatever the slogan is. Okay, then we'll extract $40 million a year from you, then, please.
Did you guys see the Shane Gillis joke about the WNBA?
Yes,
that was fucking hilarious. It's like it's basically they're at an award ceremony and there's like a black lady in the crowd, and he's just like, "Oh, that's so and so from the WNBA." Like, "Oh, give her a round of applause, people." Like, no, that's just my wife's friend. My wife's friend. I knew you guys wouldn't know anyone from the WNBA. It's like fucking, it's fucking so perfect.
Everyone fucking clapped.
Everyone clapped and laughed because they know. Nobody gives a shit. Like women don't even support it.
He like fucking hyped it up. He's like four-time All-Star, WNBA superstar, blah blah blah. Everyone's fucking cheering.
They keep doing it, and it's fucking everywhere because the England women's football team just won one of the women's international cups. Is it the World Cup? I don't even care. But like, you can't fucking escape it. It's fucking everywhere. It's like, oh, it's a moment of national pride. They're brilliant, and you know the men haven't won anything for ages. Yeah, but the women will get beaten by an under-14 boys team. It's not really the same sport. They play unwisely on the same size pitch with the same sized goal, and that doesn't really work because obviously physical differences matter. But you can't go anywhere without being told how amazing and brilliant and bold it is. It's like, I would like this more if you stopped telling me how I'm supposed to enjoy it. If you tell me I have to enjoy it, I'm gonna fucking hate it.
Yep. I would like the WNBA if they lowered the hoop by 1 foot. You're already shooting threes from the fucking children's line, so don't have your pride get in the way. Lower the goddamn hoop so I can see you tomahawk dunk. Because I can tell you what, watching you miss fucking layups gets pretty old.
Oh jeez. They do this in esports as well, if anyone's familiar with that. In terms of gaming, like League of Legends famously had an all-female team that they were trying to push, and they just got absolutely annihilated. Never fucking won a match, got humiliated, just meme-ified. And they were basically saying how they were gonna outthink the boys and this, and that. There was a team that got in trouble for prolonging their match and just torturing them. So in the next match, they just eliminated them in like 5 minutes or some shit. And League of Legends matches are like 40 minutes long. So fucking, you're getting punished for just beating the women. But they eventually stopped shut it down. And the one woman I saw that was an LCS, she quit because like mental health issues or whatnot. Just no representation for female athletes in games and women, or sorry, in sports and games. It's just like, I don't understand, because when it comes to sports, you can understand the physicality aspect, but the fact that men are superior gamers as well, I found
there's some interesting stuff about that in the sense that like sex-based differences in performance also map onto chess almost as well as they map onto physical sports, and it's all to do with like the type of game being played and the type of brain, like because and like the personality traits obviously help because it sort of dictates your interest in the thing, so how much you'll practice and everything. But there's also just basic differences in like pattern recognition and awareness, which men do better at generally than women. But then there are other areas in other sports where the opposite is true, because like women have much superior qualities in other areas. It's just we keep making the same sports and saying if you don't enjoy the women version of the man sport, then you're sexist. And it's not that. It's just that it's not as good objectively by all the data points bear this out.
That's so polite. It's shit.
Yeah.
It's awful. When 15-year-old boys can beat you, you're terrible.
Well,
But, like, the men are on the spectrum, which is you get women who have average IQ, but men are more idiots than men and more geniuses than men.
Yes.
Men are at the most extremes of all things.
It's the average IQ for both male and female is 100, but like women have a really steep bell curve. Almost all women are around 100, where so like the IQ distribution illustratively would be like 95 and 105 to achieve an average of 100 for women, whereas with men it's like 80 and 120. So there's more retarded men, but there's also more super genius men, and then there's fewer relatively in the middle.
And I'm on the retarded. Doing my part to get the average.
Lion Mane Man, Kingdom of Heaven is a great epic, not historically accurate, but it's great.
I remember enjoying that film.
I've never seen it. It's been on my watch list for a long time though.
It's
You have
yeah,
to
I
watch
remember
the
enjoying it
director's
too.
cut.
Sorry?
You have to watch the director's cut because it really cuts out like a lot of stuff.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
That's
Like,
what
Baldwin didn't
Uninspired
really
told me
win.
this past week as
Yeah,
well. Watch the
director's cut.
director's cut, if
Yeah.
any.
Eddie
Money
Baldwin-
Loons. Do any of you guys looking forward?
No,
No? Okay. Looking forward to Arcane? No? Okay.
fucking season 2. I haven't made a video on season 2, not because there's nothing there, because I'm still upset. Like I need to fucking go back and watch season 2 like 6 months from now or something.
I started doing a review of season 2, and I like part 1 of it is done, but it is only the first. It's either the first 2 or first 3 episodes, and I think it's already at 5 hours long. And so it's like I just stopped. I might like because it's fully edited as well, so it's not like it's just scripted. It's fully
Oh,
edited.
jeez.
It's just that I haven't done the remaining 2/3 of the show.
And it'll
Mr.
only get
Haywood.
worse the longer you go on.
Yeah,
Season 2 killed Arcane in a way that's hard to describe.
It
Because
did.
at least Game of Thrones had 7 seasons in between the fuckery. You know what I mean? But you
Well, it's
went
like
from
Joker-
top tier to fucking bullshit in 1 season.
It's like Joker 2. It immediately poisons the thing
That's a
before.
good example. That's a good example.
Mr. Hey, would you blow me? Has gifted 5 Little Platoon memberships.
thank you.
Dragon Balls D. As a matter of fact, Reaper, I do come from a long, proud line of artards. Many of them have done cool things. It's both a blessing and a curse.
I can always tell. I link up with my fellow people.
Hey, would you blow me? Also says, Hail, Cynic, Platoon, Reaper, Vex, and Jedi Brooks. If you ever wanted a crazy Mauler level breakdown of Toy Story 4, please check out Gaming Magic. Cheers from Canada. Enjoy the gifting.
6 hours long.
6
Damn. I don't think I've ever seen Toy Story 4.
Me neither.
No, you shouldn't.
Mhm.
It's fucking god. Both
Trash.
people want to slap her.
I haven't seen Toy Story 3.
You've got to watch Toy Story 3.
It's good.
Okay.
It's
okay.
a satisfying ending to the trilogy,
Mm.
Okay. All right.
and there's only a trilogy.
John Gets Gaming asks, did you guys hear Sydney Sweeney's the new Hitler? Oh, yes.
Yes, she is.
And
we-
Hitler is hot.
Good Sydney Sweeney, didn't we? M8566, say what you want about the WNBA, but they all have ball handling skills.
Well, that's the weird thing, because you watch them and you think, how do you not know how to fondle balls properly? But they don't.
That does wrap it up for the super chats. So yeah, that'll wrap it up for another episode of BSUP, but we'll go around the panel before we head over to After Dark. And Vex, where are you gonna be next? I know you're not gonna be on After Dark.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Tranny Lives Matter. I will be on Words of Paradise's channel after this because it's his birthday. But content, I'm live on my channel every Sunday morning, generally. We review a movie and then I read you guys smut in a very sexy voice. So yeah, I guess that'll come in handy now that porn is banned in the UK, won't it? But thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure chatting with you guys. Yeah, till next week, I guess. Have fun at After Dark. Cheer. I'm
you.
gonna pop out because I gotta head over now. But
Gotcha.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll catch you later.
have
Good
a
to see
good
you.
rest of the night, everyone.
No, dude.
See ya.
Bye.
Mr. Brooks,
Yo.
content being released.
After fucking stupid, most forgettable Jurassic Park movie ever.
Yeah, it
it's
was.
so shit. It's like the ultimate nothing burger. And I just I can't believe that. Like, I think I would have rather had more like Fallen Kingdom Dominion nonsense, because at least I could poke fun and like laugh at it and make good videos. But this is like, there's just nothing. So I isolated one areas of the film that I want to talk about. I'm gonna make a little scene comparison. And if anything, it's just a way of praising the original Jurassic Park, the effort they put into that you don't even really appreciate until you see these new ones. So you'll definitely get something on that. And I've been thinking about, even though this isn't really an algorithm or anything, but Prey still bothers me in a way that just lingers. And I want to make a video comparing Dutch and Naru, because I think Naru is just a fucking awful character.
Might be a good timing for it, right? Because Badlands is out in a few weeks.
It's part of the reason I was thinking this might actually work. So fuck it. I'm way more interested in doing that than talking about Superman anymore. So I'll do that.
And Reaper, what about you? Content?
No.
When? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Well, I'll use August to catch up and everything, because again, like, I've got 4 nearly finished videos, so I'll just spam them out over August.
Hovering right around like 100,000 subscribers too, aren't you? Like these
like
few videos, I told you the limit.
Do the Ironheart video, and you'd be celebrating your 100 right now.
Well, that's nearly finished. I've got that nearly finished as well. I was saying, I have like 50 days since I've posted. If I just post one video, I'll cross the line. But I'm a lazy bastard, so I'll just spam them all out in August, since there's not really anything really coming out.
Yeah,
except
there's
maybe
not.
weapons.
It's kind of like a dead zone.
Yeah.
Yep. Platoon, what about you?
Jurassic video should be out this weekend, I think, and then targeting Superman for next weekend. I'm sure there's another Fantastic Four. I haven't decided what I'm doing with that yet. It'll be shorter if I do it at all.
Yeah.
But if it's shorter, it'll be out before then. So stuff will happen. I just don't know in what order.
Fair enough. I'm gonna release an Ironheart compilation, a supercut, if you will, then dive a little deeper into what makes her the best villain in the entire MCU, I think.
I'm gonna miss her. I'm really gonna miss her.
I'm gonna miss you, Riri. Yeah. This is my goodbye. Our swan song. Yeah. One more super chat did come in. Dragon Balls D. My dad thinks sports are an outlet for male aggression and competitiveness during peacetime. I find them boring, and the people who like them basic as fuck, except Olympic sports, which actually takes skill.
That is like the opposite of the truth, though. Olympic sports are incredibly boring, because all it is just like, I might piss me off every time the Olympics is on. They used to be the case that all Olympic sports had something to do with war, and if I don't think any sport should be an Olympic sport unless it is something to do with war. I don't want to see dressage in the Olympics, or figure skating, or fucking interpretive dance, breakdancing, ballet, fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
I want people to be fucking going over siege ladders whilst people throw shit at them. That's an Olympic sport.
I'm a fight fan, man. So like ball sports to me, I just roll my eyes at most of them. It just doesn't. You worked your whole life to throw a ball in a hole. Good. It just doesn't that doesn't compel me as much as seeing 2 trained athletes at the peak of their craft trying to play physical chess match together with the highest consequences imaginable. You know,
most of the time,
high level boxing, MMA, way better.
Watching someone who's the best in the world at something generally is just interesting for most things. So for sports, I find it incredibly compelling.
But then it's not that interesting if it's just like a one skill sport. It's like fucking high jump. Okay.
If it's a skill you can't relate to, that's one thing.
Yeah, and like running is so boring to watch. Cycling is pretty boring to watch. Swimming is boring to watch. Most of them are really boring.
Have you ever watched Strongman, like World's Strongest Man, or any powerlifting competition?
No, that's also boring. That's just the people with like steroids that denying it.
No,
that's actually okay, because
Strongman's actually fun.
There's actually a bit of planning, because you can lose certain events, but then do better in others. There's actually a bit of a...
It's the Strongman one where like you do multiple different kinds of... The thing I was thinking of is just when people step up to a weight and they lift it and they shout.
Oh, no,
and
they go, I'm
powerlifting. So powerlifting is literally just bench, squats, like deadlifts. It can be pretty boring unless you're a lifter. Strongman's fun because it's testing different ways of different ways of testing your strength. So there could be athletic events, there could be static events, and whoever can perform in all of different types of strengths at the end is going to win. So it's a well-rounded way of doing it.
Like,
it's much more
if it's
fun.
a well-rounded thing, or if it requires teamwork, or like, that's more interesting than just
Much
people
more
running
relatable.
around a track.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Because if you do too hard in one event, you'll sap your strength for the others, and then you're fucked. See,
I've
there's a
seen
bit
people
of thinking.
You shred your hands on one event, and now they're fucked up, and you can't even perform on the events that are good. So there's a lot of strategy that goes involved. It is interesting, but it's an acquired taste, though.
And it's quicker. Rather than all these other ones where they spend 5 hours trying to run across a fucking field. At least the Paralympics are funny. You can laugh at that.
10,000 innings in baseball. I fucking hate baseball. It's the worst.
This incredibly engaging conversation is going to carry on BSUP After Dark number 4.
Do it up.
And I think we'll end the stream here. What do you think, Platoon?
You want to dump the link in the chat? Because I've set up the redirect thing again 5 minutes ago. But
okay, hang on. We are not ending the show yet until I've done that. Oh, I probably shouldn't send the StreamYard link to the chat.
No, that's a bad idea. You definitely shouldn't do that.
That is, that's a bad one. Jesus Christ. Hang on. I'm getting the link.
I think Mr. Brown did that once. It was like before I knew him, but I'm sure they had a stream where like he'd accidentally shared the StreamYard's link and like 2 people came on and started showing dodgy German porn or something.
I know it's German. It's funny, it was just miserable. They're just in bed going, oh, just no movement, completely static.
You need to put that the titty section as its own video. Just people.
I might, honestly.
That is just the stream.
Yeah, I might just edit the stream down to that section. Yeah.
We came back on topic at the end. Pulled it back.
Came back around. Yeah. But so over to After Dark we go, you guys.
Yes.
The story continues.
See you shortly. Goodbye.
Fuck you.